Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. Of course, today the most noteworthy thing that has occurred is we just got a new Mythic, and I haven't really gotten to try it much yet this morning, so that is pretty much what this stream is for. We still haven't done a Teams video thing, but I will be doing that after this video. After we have, well, tested a bunch of teams. So this time we'll have a lot of experience with them before we actually go and bother posting them. Of course, so far I've only actually bothered composing one team, though it's probably the team I intend to use a little bit more than most of the others. We'll see exactly what else we'll end up building. He built a Justice team out of his, which is seems a little odd, but there's definitely a lot of different combos that we're going to be testing out, and well, maybe that'll be one of them. But we'll start with this, and yeah, basically this entire team, or this entire stream, we will be testing various Ubastet teams. We'll have a couple redeem codes during it as well, and we'll mess around with a few other things. So if you guys have any other questions or anything that you want to mention or anything, feel free to do so at any point, and we'll go over that as well. But of course, our main priority will be the new Ubastet Mythic. Also, hello William! Oh no, the stream is buffering. Is that happening on your guys' end too? Ooh, that's bad. But yeah, is the stream buffering? You just did it on my end, so I assume it also did it on your guys' end as well. Well, hopefully that doesn't become too big an issue. Anyways, hello everyone. Hello William. Hello Bunny Killer. Hello Emos. Let's see. Yes, Shadow Hunter would be good with the Ubastet. Yes, it would. Ideally, you would use other troops, like that team that we just saw with Queen Mab. Queen Mab is much better than a Shadow Hunter, so you do have to keep that in mind. But yes, they would pair together if you were like forced to have to use Pride Lands. Though with other blue-purples, there's better options out there. Think Infernus and Ubastet were made for each other, pretty much. That's the main thing I was intending to use with them. And of course, Divine Ishbala for the half-mana start. You don't really need the Divine Ishbala. I think it would function without it, but of course, half-mana start's pretty nice. Makes things go a lot quicker. This whole team is basically made around trying to go quicker for PvP purposes. I intend to use them for Guild Wars as well. Not currently sure what I'll do for that, but I'll probably make one team out of that. What day would we even do that on? I guess brown? Well, technically any of his three colors we could do it on. Maybe red, because then we could use Infernus with it. Also, hello JZG, hello Brian, hello Churros, hello Danny, hello Dragon Ball Z fan, hello SBM, hello Tim, and hello Pandemonium, and welcome everyone else. Anyways, let's get into this. Of course, we just showed this at the end of the other thing, but let's go with this a few more times, and then we'll probably mess with a few others. Also, someone brought to my attention that these skulls are for summer. I have not gotten confirmation on that, but I guess that would make sense, that if they are summer affiliated, as it is summer now. I just never think they've ever done it for summer before, specifically, like these skulls like that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that completely threw me off this morning. It definitely completely threw me off, for sure. Well, we'll go through this sound. And destroy the Infernus. Ideally, that'd be his full mana right there. That'd be a double kill right then and there. I love his one stacking to everything, too. Even though he's not really giving it to anything else, that alone is pretty decent. Will he get a Shek right here? He denies out all of his mana. And will he go for Shek right now? He might actually get the combo down. Nope, he doesn't go for it. So we'll just skull poke him. Take our red. Throw an Infernus at him. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Double kill. Dead. And there we go. That would have definitely overkilled regardless. I actually haven't gotten an instant kill on him yet. Still haven't even seen that. Where you get a kill because the other one was in range. The main reason being is I keep hitting too high. I keep already instant killing them without even needing it. Because right now our base damage on him is about, we can do approximation. It's given that he's all at 29s right now. That's about 60 additional damage. So that's about 82 damage to 2 targets. That's almost one shot already. That's already really close to one shot. And you just throw a little bit of Infernus there, and it's pretty much already there. So let's get a Mercy there. That'll be his full mana. And now all you do is throw Infernus into the kill, and that's it. He'll go and kill one of himself out. And never mind. I guess we'll go for that, and then we win. And dead. Look, it's even quicker against fire bombs. There we go. Yeah, that does seem pretty quick. Wow. But that was fire bombs. Can't really compare speed against fire bombs. That's not really a good representation of what an average battle is like. By any means. Okay, we'll just take a red here. No good convert, so we're not even gonna bother. Let's take red again. Oh, I give him green, so well. Oh, well, we did get frozen. But it's not a relevant freeze, so I guess it doesn't matter as much. We'll go for a brown here. Running out good moves. Oh, there goes Nyx. Why? Why must you do that? Nyx, still ever as annoying as it's ever been. Pretty much. We'll go grab that. There it goes again. Do I even bother mercying? I think we don't. Because there's a very low chance it would bother hitting it specifically. So I'm going to take this green just so he doesn't get it. And he hits for this exact same thing over again. He might actually win before we get a single cast out. It is looking like that. Oh, maybe I should have mercied. He just got more green and now I have to waste my turn again. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay, so things aren't looking good. Let's go get cleansed. We'll go to that. Take a little bit more of our mana. Do it in a way that doesn't give him anything, which I don't believe is possible. If I do that, he gets 4 times green, which I want to avoid, so we'll do it that way. And there we go. We got our Infernus mana, though he actually turned into freezing that. We're not frozen on that, however, so what I could do is move that down, take that extra turn, throw this, and hopefully that'll be our double kill. So here, I believe we're finally going to get our first double kill off of this. What is his colors again? Good. So he doesn't use green. So let's just go take that. Take that. So here we have an instance of him doing around 95-ish damage, somewhere around there. So he's about to hit a double 95. Never mind, that's going to double kill regardless. Wow, I still have not instant killed on him. He already has such high base damage that I don't even need the instant kill. But that would probably be pretty useful earlier on in the game, because if you're fighting people way stronger than you, you'd have a way of actually killing them out easily. Kind of like how a Tesla helps you with that. I feel like that might be one of his biggest purposes. Wish I could get it on my lower level account. We'll probably try for it later and see if we can actually get it. That'd be quite amazing if we could get this thing on our level, what is it these days, like 80 something. That would be very useful on it. This Nyx is making this battle take so long. The only good thing, though, about elongating a battle with this guy is he does gain 1 to all stats per turn. So, worst comes to worst, he's just going to hit gigantic numbers every single time. Assuming he stays alive that long. He's only gaining offensive capability off that, which is good, but also bad in that he won't survive as well. But as far as winning a battle quickly, which is our main objective if we're in PvP, that's very helpful. I know this battle's going pretty slow, though. It's just Nyx is being the most annoying thing ever. I think he's gotten like 10 drains on my... Seriously, I think he's gotten about 10 drains on our Infernus this battle. Just this battle alone. Alright, we'll go take that down. We'll take that for a free turn. Grab all the mana we need. Actually, I believe that's double kill right there, so we'll go for that. And we... Oh, finally! We got the automatic kill. As you saw right there, we didn't do enough damage. But we did, because we got the... instant kill because we killed the other one, so we got to instantly kill the other. And by the way, the instant kill does hit through literally everything. The only thing it won't work on, well, everything that's player-owned, it instantly kills. The only thing it wouldn't work on are towers and the raid boss of Zugoth. Those are the only 2 things that it won't work on. Every single thing that is possibly player-owned, including the player-owned version of Zugoth, it will work against. So there's no immunity to that instant kill, which is kind of cool. Just grab all that. I believe that's the end of our PvP rewards too. Sad that it's already... it took us till Friday, but we finally got it done. We did, right? Leader. Yeah, we finally hit 1,900. There we go. It takes like 2 hours yet. Didn't even reach it because I've been barely playing any PvP. Also, hello, Chris Porter. Welcome. Hello, Greedin. It is better to get glory keys in Arena or get glory keys from PvP for glory chests. Depends what point you are within the game. Given that there's a troop that gives you +5 glory this week, I would definitely say that it is quicker doing PvP. Since you get +5 glory for every single battle you do in PvP this week that uses a Spirit Dancer. So, yes, PvP would be the better location to do it in. At least this week, if nothing else. But even just in general, if you're able to quickly kill PvP battles, like in a minute or 2, it's probably better to do it in PvP than it is in Arena. Because you'll get a lot more gold, and if you convert that gold into gold keys, you'd end up getting more glory, which goes into glory keys. And overall, you technically get more glory keys per hour from PvP, generally, than you would from Arena. That's not always the case. If you're a really low level, like under level 200, it might be the case where it's actually better to do Arena. You just have to kind of test around and see which one you're getting more from. It would just be on a case-by-case basis. This late in the game, I would say that... I don't know, it kind of depends. Definitely on a +5 glory week, it's always quicker in PvP. That's without question, but which it is this week. But on a normal week, it really just depends what you're going for. If you're trying to get more gold, or if you're trying to get trophies or rating. Because if we're trying to do 3 trophy every single time, for example, we are going to get into some very slow battles, which for the amount of glory that we're getting wouldn't really be worth it. But if we were like spamming out like one of these 2 battles for that amount of glory each time, then we would overall end up getting probably more from PvP. But yeah, we'd have to go test that again in the future. It's not something I've ever really paid too much attention to, but I can confirm with 100% certainty that during a +5 glory week, PvP is better. I'm not sure about when it's not a +5 glory week, though. Of course, you have to use specifically whatever that troop is. I'm not doing that right now, nor will I be probably today, just because to test this guy, we can't really use the new troop that came in that gives +5 glory this week, because he doesn't use green, and it would just be pointless in most situations to use it with it. Okay, let's go for the double kill, actually. You know what? Let's go for the furnace. Never mind. So we'll kill that out. Now we'll go for the double kill. And just look at how quickly that goes down. Too bad it hits the weakest, but still. One more hit and it's down. I guess that's one thing where Ketris is kind of better than it in some situations. We actually would have had him a bit lower HP if we would have had a Ketris. We still would have killed the other 2 and he'd be a bit lower. But oh well, it's not that big a difference. I guess during battles that have higher stats, this guy would be a lot more relevant. I think in PvP, he's pretty much just the same as Ketris. And in some cases, Ketris might even be better. But let's go try a different team after this. This one seems solid enough. Oh, we got a treasure gnome too. How good is it at hitting a treasure gnome? Probably guaranteed, because we already have enough damage to kill it. So go for that. I'll take that red. Hopefully he doesn't Scion us here. Good. We'll take the last bit of our mana. We'll take it off of a... Well, I guess we'll take purple. All the other options aren't worth going for. We'll take the Infernus down. And he already just died to Infernus alone. Nice. What do we need? What do we need? I guess we'll take a Mercy. Grab that to full mana, or almost full mana. And do we have a Cascade for anything? I think I just let him Scion us so we get full mana on these 2. So we'll get that guarantee. We'll throw a double kill, then just Infernus kill the last one that remains. So we'll kill both those out. Don't even need the instant kill. Get the burn on it just in case. That's not enough damage. And okay, that wasn't enough. Luckily he dies in 2 turns, regardless. Assuming the burn stays on him. And dead. There we go. And down it goes. And we get 4,000 gold from the gnome. Not too bad. Could have been better. Okay, we got a revenge battle. Still a pretty strong team for this. Actually, let me go use this one more time. Or, you know what? This thing was being way too annoying the previous time. Let me go use a real team real quick. Just to clear this out. Because it is a revenge battle. Want to make sure we win it. So let's just go use a standard Doom Skull against it real quick. What do we need? What do we need? Board. Why are you so bad? We'll go take that, I guess. That Cascade was okay. Didn't really give us the manas we specifically needed, though. Tried for that, didn't get it. He gets nixed. That's unfortunate. We'll take a green here, throw it down, and hopefully get a nice apothecary so we can cleanse off all these things. Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. We actually got that one off, so... yeah, we'll do it on green. Might as well just get rid of it. Go clear out the board. Take every move we see first, and should be good to go. Hopefully we have alignment here. Actually, it's still our turn. Nice. Though we do not have a line. Oh, yes, we do. Never mind. Grab that, and we won. It's over. We hit once. It's over. It's pretty much this team in a nutshell. The second it does anything, you auto-win. And down it goes with excessive overkill. And there we go. Curious what they're rebalancing it to next patch. But easy win, easy gold, easy glory. And now let's go use a different team for this. So let's go overwrite, I guess, the Spirit team. So we'll get rid of this team. Sorry, Spirit Dancer. But let's go and go use the Ubastet. So, Ubastet. Kind of wish I had 2 of them, though there's no way I'm going to waste the resources to try to get a second one. Maybe I'll eventually craft a second one of him, but we'll see. Is it... Never mind, I already answered that. Easier to do if Ishbala is higher in a team. Just a couple of skulls as he kills the first lot. I have been considering doing it the other way around. Maybe one of these teams, like this one right here, we'll go try doing that. So let's go do... we'll still run it with Ishbala then. So we'll go with... Well, the only problem with if I do it with Ishbala again is it's almost going to be the exact same team because we need a Mercy to cover the rest of the color. So we're almost going to go back to the exact same team we're using. So let's not do another Ishbala yet. We will go try something with it, but it's going to be like the exact same team maybe with just one replacement. So that'd be way too similar. But let's see. Let's go see what Pride Lands has. Or just, not Pride Lands, but specifically Rashkas in general. I'm pretty sure there isn't enough good Rashkas for this to work. But I do want to see what we have as options. Rashka. It's in alphabetical order, and I still can't find it. Okay, so we have all these as options. Oh, Sakima. Interesting. That would take too long to get rolling, though. 20 attack, 2 magic, double if they're thing. Does anything in here buff attack to everything? No. I kind of want to build a team around that. Yeah, there's not a good... There is not enough good Rashkas to build a full Rashka team out of this Mythic. Unless you're using like 2 or 3 copies of him. In which case the team would be like 2 or 3 of them with a Shadow Hunter. And then you would just need a mana generator. Unfortunately, this Rashkas have no mana generator at all. Not a single one of them properly generate mana. So, yeah, there's no point in using pure Rashka. That is just pointless. The furthest you would go is him into a Shadow Hunter. Or him into a Sakima. Or both. And even that wouldn't really be the greatest. What do you even mana generate? You mana generate yellow. So I guess technically that does go into him. But that's the only mana generation you really have. And it doesn't get up quick enough. And there's no 50 mana start for them either. Anyways. So, scratch that. Let's go attack buff. So, is there a way to specifically check for attack? Why is there not boost? Create gems, deal damage, destroy, devour, disease, enchant, explode, extra turn, fairy, generate. Increase skill points. Attack. Okay. So, let's see the best attack boost we can use. Isn't there one that can loop? I'm almost thinking Luther. Oh, Justice. Oh, that's why they were using a Justice before. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. I forgot about that. You could just Valkyrie Justice Queen Mab into... Okay, I see why he was using Valkyrie Justice Queen Mab now. Because that is one of the only few loop attacks. And compared to just 20 to all, when you could just do the exact same thing off of Justice, you might as well just use Justice. He does, if you need a really cheap option, but he's the same color. Oh yeah, doesn't Monkey Disciple do attack? No. Why does it... You're coming up then if I typed in attack. Queen Jezebel would actually synergize decently with it. She doesn't have mana conflict either, which would be kind of cool. I don't think she would really fit into the team. You know what? Let's go test the team that the one person actually used earlier. Because we just brought it up again. Oh no, I just made the thing smaller. No, I hate when I do that. Oh no, I'm trying to make it bigger again. It's not letting me. No! I need to go fix that in a second. Anyways, that's not too big a deal. Let's go Valkyrie. Wait, why is it not coming up? Clear filter. Valkyrie. Valkyrie. Justice. So we'll go do it into a standard Justice team and see what happens. As this is probably one of the best ways to actually get it looping. So Valkyrie, Justice, Queen Mab. You know what? I'm actually going to do a slightly different order. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Valkyrie, Ubastet, Justice, Queen Mab. And for that, we'll just go into all-in. Oh, normally I'd use a +2 red, +1 yellow banner on this. I can't, though, because of his coloration. What's the -green banner? Or -green banners, I should say. That's fine. +3 blue into a +1 yellow. That will work. Oh, never mind. Duh. Let's just go that. Perfect. Lantern banner. +2 yellow, +1 red, -1 green. We don't get as much blue, but we still get the +1 off of Valkyrie, which should be enough to keep us going. And that'll help us get our Valkyrie even quicker, as well as the Ubastet. So let's go give this a shot and see what happens. Oh, so hello, Vcan. Let's see. Is Yasmin chosen worth crafting? No. Unless you have almost every mythic in the game, I would not bother crafting a Yasmin chosen. Very, very rarely do I ever bother using it. And the only time I tend to bring it out is for Guild Wars. That's about the only time I ever occasionally use it. There are a few other niche teams here or there, but she's not really like the best troop for any specific team. Just kind of a filler troop for various teams. She does have a nice entangle, but that's one of the only few things she really has going for her. Alright, this board so far is currently pretty bad. I need to get Valkyrie up as quickly as possible, which was the whole reason for the banner we even set in the first place, but there's no way to do that at the moment. We'll go take that, move that over, get a Valkyrie down, go from there. So, what do we need? I guess we'll go on red. That's one of the core manas we need, but to get this rolling, it's going to be worth going for. So here we'll go on yellow. Ideally either on yellow or red, whichever one's more available. And so far already it's starting to go a little bit slower. It could just be because of inconsistent starts. So we'll go and get rid of green here, which we don't even use. So that works out great. Throw a queen map if we have it. Otherwise, throw it on a mana we need. It misses again. That's not good. We'll take the yellows. Only real big problem here is we're not really getting his mana up. This is more of just like a Valkyrie Justice team that's just being a Valkyrie Justice team than anything else. We'll go get that down. Because we're not generating enough off his other ability thing. So we'll go throw this onto yellow because it's more populated. And it's still missing. We haven't hit a single Justice. If you ever wonder why I don't use Justice Team anymore, that is why. Feels so inconsistent sometimes. Or a lot of the time, actually. Okay, there we go. Finally got his ability up. He's way into the point of killing, so... Oh, he would revive, though. Okay, well, we'll have to go kill that out now. But yeah, I don't care for this team as much. At all. We'll take the skull over. They have 129 damage, though. I'll take that. But still, I don't care for it as much. So, a no to that team. Okay, next order of business. What's an attack buffing team that can actually feed it mana? This is what we should probably go into. Let's go under attack and see what we can do with that. Yeah, Treasure Hunt is around 600 glory per hour. Though we calculated it out, and PvP with the +5 is... without the +5, it was around 700, which is slightly more than... Treasure Hunt. And with the +5, it was around 1,000, which was enough that it would be... it'd be better than doing Treasure Hunt by about 40%. Well, not exactly 40%, but it's better than doing Treasure Hunt for sure with +5. It's almost about the same, though, with without having a +5. Yeah, the skulls are for summertime, everyone's been saying. It's because of summer. Also, hello, D and Lexia and Blunts. Welcome. Yeah, the new Mythic's pretty good. It's actually really nice. Still not like an Infernus or anything, but it's pretty high up there. What cards are best to use the blue orb on? Basically, the smaller blue orb you'd want to use on anything to get it from Legendary to Mythic. And the bigger blue orb, you'd want to use it on basically just commons. Just because you get the furthest amount of value out of that. Commons and rares. You wouldn't really want to throw it on anything higher than that. In many instances, it's kind of funny, but the smaller blue orb is almost better than the larger blue orb. Not that it actually is, obviously the bigger blue orb is better. But the only really good value that you would ever need it for is to get anything that's currently at legendary rarity, regardless if it's its base rarity or if it's just ascended to that point, and then you do it to the next one. Basically, anything that's currently on legend to get it to mythic is the best thing for the smaller one, which I believe is the orb you're talking about. It doesn't really matter too much specifically what base rarity it is. Like, it wouldn't make as big of an impact if we did it on, let's say, a Gem Hammer, which is an epic to mythic, compared to a Glaceon, which is a legend to a mythic. Both of which would be just equally as decent. It really just comes down to how good the troop is in general, and if those extra stats would actually be beneficial to it. For example, with a Glaceon, its extra stats don't really make a difference at all. It's going to gain a little bit more attack, armor, HP, and magic, but in most teams, his ability has no effect on his magic, and if he's not in first slot, none of his stats really matter. The only thing that really matters is, well, nothing. It's basically just his ability. You don't even need traits, and you don't even need him leveled at or ascended. The only thing that really matters is his ability specifically, and yeah, there's different troops that gain like different values out of it. Like, for example, Ketris gains a lot of value. Oh, never mind, he's already mythic. Fail. Let's see, what was another pretty good example of something that actually gains a lot of value from being ascended? There's a lot of them out there. I don't know why I can't think of one. Let's go with, let's go like KrissTigger or something. That's a decently considered one. So, let's say KrissTigger. This is actually really good if we were to go to get it ascended from Legend to Mythic. The main reason being, given its stone skin, it actually is very commonly ran in first slot, particularly on 4x Dragon teams specifically. But it also ends up gaining more damage to its ability. It also has a higher level of the Drake that it ends up summoning. And since it's in first slot, it gets to utilize the attack, armor, and all the extra stats that you're actually going to be giving into it. So it's actually quite beneficial to be able to go and upgrade this, as it is a little bit more common of a first slot kind of troop compared to a Glaceon or something else. But these are the kind of troops that generally would be better to ascend. Things that actually gain a pretty big benefit from having that extra ascension stats. That or just a kingdom that you need to try getting 5 stars on as well, like the magic kingdoms and stuff. Could try just ascending all the troops in there. Of course, just doing the ones from legend to mythic to just get that little bit extra leveling on them. But generally, you only use it on things that are actually useful to you. Anyways, let's go build another team. I'm looking for an attack-oriented team, so let's go back to attack. Oops, I did not mean to screenshot. How did I even screenshot? I didn't even hit the screenshot button. Anyways, I need to look for something that has a really, really high attack buff to an entire team. Like an ideally loop. The problem with that is there actually really isn't that many other than the 6 guardians. Oh, you know what? There is one, though it probably would be pretty clunky. But what if we did courage skull spam? Would work. So let's go get courage. What specific way should we do this then? So if we go courage, we could actually go a stonehammer team. I very, very rarely ever bother justify using him, but but then it's going to be a little bit too clunky if we go stonehammer. Let's see. The problem is going to be how on earth do we get Ubastet mana then if we go down that route? I think we go into a red loop and just do it that way. Might be better. So let's go Alchemist Moneylender and go just heavy on this color and see what happens. This also makes it really cheap too. Everyone has access to pretty much this entire team other than Ubastet. It's Alchemist, Alchemist is a rare, Courage is a common, Moneylenders are rare, and then you just have Ubastet. So it's at least ridiculously cheap to build. Banner, I believe, is already correct as well. +2 yellow, +1 red, which is a +2 red, +2 yellow, since we have +1 red off of Alchemist's final trait, or second trait, I mean. So let's go give this a shot. It's a lot of the same color, but it still should work. Hello, Rapief and Marcelo. Welcome. Okay, so let's give this a shot and see what happens. The whole plan here is every skull we take, we get 3 additional attack to everything. Plus, if we cast Courage. Oops, I did not mean to put Courage there. Oh, never mind, that's fine. That's, yeah, I guess that's fine. Probably should have put Moneylender up front by 1, but it shouldn't be too big a deal. We'll go throw this on the blue or any color we don't use ideally. Now that we cast that, we can just go simply into a Moneylender. Actually, we already have him to full mana. Do we have enough to kill, though? That's the main thing. I think we have to take a skull, and then it'll be enough to kill. Any good way to drop this? We could take it for a bunch of yellow, but we don't actually need the mana at the moment, so there's almost no point in doing that. So we'll just take it for the skull over here instead. Actually, let me take that first. Take every move that's visible. Oh, you know what? We could have gotten a nice Alchemist in there beforehand. Too late on that now. But I could have gotten an Alchemist to try to drop all that. But we'll take a skull. He'll take a skull. And that should be enough damage to kill. I'm not even going to bother calculating out. I just assume it's enough. It is. And then we auto get the other kill. And now we just have to do that again. Okay, I found one of my new favorite teams. Found it! Okay, this is one of the better ones. Okay, yeah, this will definitely work very well. Wow. And then you just double kill again. Oh no! Oops! Whoops! Yeah, that's why you calculate it out. Fail. That's the only real big problem with them. Sometimes it's not enough. And it takes too long to calculate it out. The number of how much damage he'll actually do. But yeah, that's a really smooth, consistent double kill. Okay, let's give this another shot. Just switch it up some. This might actually be one of my new favorite teams right here. Alchemist, Moneylender, Courage, ideally fully traded, which is a little expensive, but even if it's not fully traded, still is decent, because you can use it to attack buff all your allies. And the new Mythic of Ubastet. So this is definitely one of them. Alright, we'll go take a brown. Aw, he got the extra turn there. Not too big a deal though. Let's go right into Alchemist, get his green converted so we can't use it. Ooh, he took away my capability of doing that. Also, a secondary effect. Normally web would be completely irrelevant, but for the one time ever, Alchemist being webbed is actually really bad. The reason for this is we are using a Moneylender, so we actually need the gold that he would normally give us to sustain our team, essentially, because we need it for Moneylender in order to get the better value. But now that he's webbed, we actually don't gain, like, any gold. We gain, like, 3 gold. Okay, good, he cleansed. So I'll at least get Moneylender being able to do something now. So we don't have alignment on this, but I have to go for it. So we'll go convert that over. We lose our Alchemist, but we should be good to go from here. So we don't have any summon or anything like that. I think we go for this and then into a Courage. So we'll do this first. That misses. He luckily does not use red, though. Wow, what are you doing? Since when did Web Spinner want to function so properly? Okay, we'll go and convert this over to, I guess, a yellow. So we'll go for that. Got our mana that we needed. That's full mana. Not double kill, though, because we lost 2 troops, so that's actually losing a lot of our boost ratio. It's nowhere near enough. I need to go take a skull poke somehow before he kills us out. So I'm just going to waste my turn and try baiting him into his skull somehow. As much as I don't want to do this, I'm going to risk it. We're already going to lose, so might as well go all out with it. There we go. We killed the main objective. Problem is, do we even have anywhere near enough to get a kill now? I did not believe that is the case. So I still have to get 1 skull poke and then go for a double kill and go from there. Would probably be our best bet. So we'll take that over. Very lucky extra turn. Wow. So we'll try for Doom Skulls again. Nice. And still, we did not have that kill range. So we'll just go for Doom Skulls for the 3rd time. And now we have double kill. All we have to do is survive this. Don't do it. No! Rip. Wow, I haven't seen a web spinner actually do good for a while now. Or at least not that good. Amazing. But yeah, I think that's the first time I've ever seen a webbed alchemist actually be a problem. Wow. Normally web is pretty irrelevant, particularly on something like an alchemist, but this, I guess in this particular team composition, it's good. Not to mention you got 2 double kill on the instant triple damage. There's a lot of damage. It's just normally a lot of troops in the game have immunity to it. But of course this team has 0 immunities to poison, which in most cases wouldn't really be a problem, but against that kind of was. And then we just double kill it. Alright, let's keep trying that. Does seem like it's a good team, even though it completely failed against the web spinner. Okay, here we go. Here's a Gorgulfa and Furnace team. It's one of the better teams out there. Overall, are you thinking of the new Mythic? Oh, I think the new Mythic is really nice. I would place it probably in the top 20% of Mythics. Definitely not like one of the top 5 or top 10, but it's good enough that I would consider getting it. Or at least attempting to get it. Okay, so he's going to throw Christine X and everything. I don't have brown or anything to take, so we're just going to throw a purple into a skull. Okay, didn't get that. I don't actually want to take a skull because I want him to, or at least one that's actually visible on the board, just because I want him to skull distract, ideally. Do we cast now? I'm actually going to wait a turn. Trying to get better board, which I kind of need him to go do himself. So, I guess we'll finally go for it. We'll go for this. So we'll get that down. I'm tempted to Doom Skull this. If I had Alchemist right now, I would go for it. Problem with the going with a Doom Skull, though, is if it misses, we instant lose. Or at least we instant lose our Alchemist. Okay, that was pretty nice. We have our instant double kill. Only problem, though, is if I do nothing, he'll end up getting the kill there. So I guess we'll clear out some of the board. And now go for the Doom Skull. I believe we'll be able to get it again. Ah, I didn't quite get it. He's going to hit us. He didn't get the kill, though, at least. But the only problem with what I just did now is I got rid of our capability of instantly killing out the other guy. So now we can go double kill. It's a little bit weird using this with Skull Spam. The problem with Skull Spam with this guy is every troop you kill actually reduces your damage, which is bad, obviously. Oh, that didn't kill him. Oh, no. Okay, let's go and take that. Get a little bit more of our mana up. Let's see. Yeah, I think we should just go all mana generation with it. I'm not caring for the attack buff skull spam as much. I think an infinite mana loop on its own would be enough to kind of get it going. And do it just off of casting. Don't even care about attack buffing. And just go all in casting. Because even though we're upgrading our skull damage, we're technically reducing our skull damage by more, since we're getting so many single kills, which keeps depleting out his team. Also, someone is mowing nearby, and all I can smell is the smell of grass right now. Wow, that is strong. Okay, anyways, let's go take that out. Way enough to overkill. But, there we go. Okay, let's go try this. Same concept, but let's get rid of Moneylender. I mean, Courage. And replace it with a Yogway or something. Which means I'll have to go switch my banner as well. This will also deny out purple, which we don't use. And we're now not using only 2 colors. Which is, Oh, you know what? Queen Titania wouldn't even be too bad with this. But right now we're currently not using purple and blue. Technically only blue, because we deny out the purple, but still. Let's go and switch up the banner then. What's the other minus blue we need? I don't think the minus blue banner would really help us here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Talon. Problem is, we don't have the extra plus for the Alchemist, but it will get Moneylender up quicker. I guess that's fine. The +1 green isn't really doing much though, but we'll give it a shot. So let's go get this a shot. Alchemist, Moneylender, Yagway, Ubastet. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. This guy gains a lot of magic, which isn't really going to help our other guy too much. But the nice thing about this is he's going to hit a nice solid double kill, or double hit, which will allow us to clean up with the Ubastet pretty easily. Pretty much one cast of that will allow us to double kill. And just cast it into a cast. And we should have enough mana generation that just loops decently. So we'll go take a red here. Let's get Alchemist up immediately at this point. Not that many converts for him though, but we'll go move that. Hopefully he'll clear out the board enough that we get something. Okay, so far so bad. Nowhere to throw an Alchemist. I could just go throw a blank one, I guess. And at this point, I think that actually is what I'm going for. Just throw a blank Alchemist. And just take the mana. Throw a Moneylender, go from there. Deliberately give him skulls, just so he wastes his turns. And we almost do need a frontline tank just so we don't lose our own frontline. Because we lose damage as well. Not only when he dies, but also when we die. When anything dies, we start losing damage. So I'm going to take this skull so he goes for the other skull. Actually, is there any way I could stop him from just taking skulls? I'd have to throw Alchemist on red, which is a bad idea. Actually, you know what? What happens if we do it on blue? We'll do that, get a Moneylender down, and that should clear out the board enough that we should be okay. Ideally, we'd have a Yagway here, and we do. We'll go through that. Too bad this guy doesn't automatic extra turn or something. That'd probably be too overpowered for sure. But, yeah, I think we just throw this into the double combo, and then we auto-win again. So we'll do that. He'll do something. Kill that out. We'll throw this down. That gives us all the mana back, or we throw Yagway if it didn't. That does the damage we need. Then we just instantly double kill it again, and do something like that. So basically, we just double kill with this team. Is the whole plan of what we're doing with it. How's the new Mythic? Is he worth getting with keys? Yes, the new Mythic is definitely worth going for sure. He's not one of the absolute best Mythics, but he's pretty decent. Though if you have Ketris the Bull, he is pretty similar to Ketris the Bull. It's the same general premise in a way. Though, one really nice thing about this troop is if you're a newer to mid-range player in particular, or even if you're just playing in some of the higher stat content, like let's say the final battles of pets, this guy is actually really good against troops that have higher stats than you, because you get to utilize their attack against them, and if you can get one kill, you automatically get the other kill as well, which makes it quite a bit better than Ketris when you're up against higher stats. But in PvP, I almost feel like Ketris is ever so slightly better than it, even though I personally don't use Ketris too often. But, yeah, it seems slightly worse than Ketris in the context of PvP, personally, I would say. But other than that, in things like anything where you're at a disadvantage stat-wise compared to your enemy, feels like it would have quite a bit of potential. Really wish it was usable in raids and invasions, though. The reason it's not is because those kind of things have immune, so it wouldn't really work out that well. I guess technically in raids you could probably get away with it, but definitely not invasions. It'd be pointless to use the new guy in invasions. Because once you reach 4 times tower, he's essentially useless. Okay, we'll go and should be able to get the combo here. So we throw a Moneylender. From Moneylender, we throw Yagway. From Yagway, we throw double kill. And then we just kind of keep going from there. Actually, we might as well just throw you double Yagway and get the kill that way. And do that. And now all we have to do is poke it one more time, and then we get the double kill off the other one. So we just go for another Alchemist and then go from there. What's our convert? I guess we just get rid of red. Ideally, we'd want to not do that, obviously, but then we just go for the double kill, and that's match if he doesn't revive. Oh, never mind. I keep forgetting. We keep killing so much that it reduces it to a point we can't get the kill. But we'll just double Yagway him, or triple Yagway him. There we go. We killed off the HP reduction. And down he goes. It felt more like Yagway doing everything than him, though, but it does still get the job done. I still haven't tried his extra turn single target. Maybe if we put it in Goblin team. Haven't tried Goblins with it yet. So let me go rename this team to, I guess just Ubastet. Ubastet? Is that how you spell it? I think so. Ubastet. And let's go replace out this one. And get in, let's just get rid of everything. I don't even know what I want to name it yet. So get rid of all this. And let's go with a goblin-related one for it. Just extra turn spam into the pokes that we need to set it up. So Goblin Rocket wouldn't really work as well. We could go the Ice Goblin, though. So that would be decent. So we'll get an Ice Goblin in there. We'll follow it up with... Well, first, let's get an Ubastet, just so we see his colors. So we'll get that in there. Ice Goblin, Ubastet. I need one for the pokes. But then again, I don't actually really need the Ice Goblin. What I'm looking for is extra turn single target. Just to get one single thing down very quickly. The only thing I can think of for that, though, is really Goblin. What else single targets with automatically getting extra turn without killing? There isn't that many. Bard class plus Uba. I can't switch my hero class, though, unfortunately, because we're using, it's Invasion Week, and we need our hero class for every day during Invasion. But I will be trying it with Bard, probably for, if we use on Yellow Guild War Day, for sure I'll use Bard. I was planning on more so Red or Brown Guild War Day or something like that, but, particularly Brown, because I believe that's slightly weaker. But, yeah, we could definitely try it on Yellow as well. We could try it for, like, half of next week if we really wanted to. 500 gem keys and 0 mythics. Ouch. Yeah, we did it like right up to 600, I believe we did. And we finally got it then. I actually got really lucky. I did it right before we ran out of keys, which was worked out quite conveniently. So I didn't actually have to spend any gems, which was cool. Okay. Anyways, high damage single target automatically extra turns. Bugbear. Not really, because they wouldn't be missing any HP. It'd be the initial thing hitting it. Goblin, that was the main one I was thinking of. Hobgoblin, it doesn't do... You might as well just use Goblin at that point. Queen Titania into a red spam. It'd basically be the exact same thing as Yogway. I might as well show it in the other team if I'm going to test it. That one only hits back slot, though it wouldn't matter as much. Oddly enough, I think it might just be Goblin. We could try a quick Wisp, but I don't think that's enough damage. Though we could give it a shot. Throw a quick Wisp into a double instant kill. I would need the mana generation for it, though. I think just running Goblin might be best. I'm almost tempted just to do, like, mass Goblins. Like a double Goblin into something else. What is the best blue-purple mana generator? Azura, most likely. I'm gonna try it. I know this is gonna look like a really weird team, but I could do this as the budget team, since I'll probably be using Queen Titania or Yogway as the other one, making it quite a bit less budget. But this is a free Kingdom Epic plus 2 commons, one of which you start off with. Well, technically, well, you automatically start with 1 copy, though you would need 2 copies of them. That'd be really easy off of gold keys. Azura, Double Goblin, and Ubastet. I know that's a ridiculously weird team I'm going for. Actually, let me put the other one up front and do it like that. And to make it even weirder, let's go double green banner, so we make sure we get those. Actually, no, never mind. We need to go all in on Azura. So for that, we'll just go standard blue-purple, since there isn't anything I want to subtract from our team. So we'll just go blue-purple on this. And yeah, let's see what happens. Actually, you know what? Might as well move that all the way down. Really, anything with Azura Ubastet would probably be pretty amazing. But Goblin is the best thing I can think of that gets that automatic poke. And while this wouldn't normally be too relevant, with this Mythic, it actually is going to be very useful. So we'll go for that. Oh, oops, we're not against a real battle. Whoops. Well, we'll get a real battle in a second. Let's go clear out the board, get the mana he needs. Ideally, he'll reach full. And basically what we do here is we can always pre-calculate out how much damage he's going to do. And we just poke them down into the range in which he'll get the kill. And then you just double kill every time, because you can just use Goblin Rockets to reduce them down. Feels weird using Goblin Rockets as something good. It's been ages since Goblin Rocket has been meta for anything at all, like ever. But other than in early game, of course. Early game, it's actually the best troop you basically start off with. But this late in the game, it hasn't really been used for anything, realistically, unless you were just kind of playing around. But I think it legitimately is the best option for this team. We'll go take the purple into green. Because we could just simply lower them immediately to where we need to bring them down. So we could take out whatever the biggest threat is. So in the case of this team, that is probably the Mythic. So what we do is just throw both of these on him. And now we get a mana on him, ideally, to full. And then you just double kill. And you just do that every time. And now you get a Azura right back up and repeat the cycle. Wow, this might actually be my favorite team for this now. And it's so cheap, too. Wow. I love this team. Feels so weird using a Goblin again. Yeah, all we do is just get that back up. Throw a poke just to ensure that we have enough damage. Get the double kill and dead. Okay, this might actually be my favorite team with them now, even though it's the cheapest possible one. It doesn't matter that Azura reduces attack. You're going to be able to... because you have Goblins, you end up doing so much... You can basically always guarantee the double instant kill. The only reason you need an attack for this guy is to make sure that he kills the lowest one. You just need to ensure that he gets a kill. But with Goblins, that basically makes it so it's irrelevant what his attack is. He could literally be 0 attack on everything and it won't matter. Because we'll be able to go and reduce it down with Goblins as much as we need. As long as we get the instant kill, their attack is irrelevant. The attack is only there to make sure you get the kill. As long as you get a single kill, it doesn't matter what their attack value is. Okay, we'll go and need a Azura up. Unfortunately, it's not available, so we'll just take a random mana. And just keep doing that until we hopefully get alignment up here. Hopefully, eventually. Very slow start, but we'll take another red. He'll be full mana by the time we get Azura. So we'll go grab that. Actually, I think he is going to be. He's 1 mana off. At this point, I might as well just go for it. So right here, we'll go for the brown. I only have 1 Goblin. Is that enough to lower any of them? We could go calculate it out. That or I could just go for the lowest durability on this team, which I believe is his first slot. Or we could calculate it out, either or. Because I don't think that's enough damage. But yeah, let's say this was a Guild War battle. Let's just calculate it out for fun, just to ensure that we get enough. So we have 29 plus... It is definitely not worth calculating out, though, unless you're doing Guild Wars, for sure. This takes way too long. 47 plus 28 plus 27 plus 29 plus 35 equals, divided by 4. That is 34.25 plus 28. And that brings us to 92. Oh, that's way more than enough damage. Okay. So we'll just poke him. Get the double kill. And then we just repeat that again and we win. So we'll go for that. Throw the Azura down. Double armor reduce. Take the skull. Take the greens. Need the last little bit of his mana. What do we have? What do we have? I guess we'll take just a yellow surge. Sure. We'll take that. And that's already enough to kill because he's already in range, or she's already in range. And yeah, this might be one of my new favorite teams. Wow. I don't think I would normally do this as a normal PvP team. But this is hilariously strong. Sure, we'll do it against Queen Mab. It's triple Goblin Rocket, so I'll do it. If it was something else, then I'd be slightly hesitant, but... Okay, we'll go grab that. Because normally Queen Mab would actually be pretty bad against this team. I mean, this team would be pretty bad against Queen Mab. Because we wouldn't want our goblins to be frozen. We'll grab all that mana. I don't even care if he takes a skull. Again, the AI does not prioritize Doom Skulls at all. Wow. He has it just sitting there and he doesn't even touch it. He'll kill himself out again. I don't think we have enough damage to actually go for the double kill here. So we won't. We'll just go for that. And we'll just Azura, we'll Azura into the instant kill. Oh, that wasn't enough damage. Oh well, we'll just go kill it with the Goblin Rocket. I couldn't do it beforehand because he was already frozen. Or we were already frozen. On the Goblin Rocket. Yeah, this is surprisingly effective. For 2 commons and a free epic, it is pretty effective. Of course, it's using a mythic, though. Let's see. We'll take the other blue. Go clear out the board. That should be pretty much everything. Oh, I should have taken those greens. Oh, luckily we still got full mana on them. Kind of got lucky there. So let's just clear out one of these. What's the biggest threat on this team? Probably his version of that troop would be the biggest threat. So let me go and actually poke that, just to ensure we clear up some mana. He just got full mana. There's a problem. He's about to kill us with that. I think he's about to kill me with that. Yep. Oh, no, he didn't. Wait. What? Oh, it killed it off a burn. I was gonna say, how did that die? He killed it off a burn, right? Because how did that happen otherwise? Yeah, he killed off a burn. I was gonna say, how did he not kill the other one? But it's because he lived with 1 HP and then died to burn. Whereas this guy cleansed his burn. Anyways, I don't know if that's enough damage for sure, so I'm actually gonna poke him one more time. And then go for that. So we'll do that, and then we just have to deal with this thing for a quick kill. And go from there. So we'll take a blue here. He's gonna go and kill out first slot. That's kind of to be expected. He has 1 HP. He's gonna die regardless. And now all we have to do is just double kill this. And to do this, we will have to poke it 1 or 2 times. So we'll go take that. We'll hit it with a skull. And I don't know if that's actually reduced enough. I don't think it is, so I might have to go reduce it just ever so slightly more. The only problem with that is we could actually die to the Divine Ishbala before then. And I believe that's actually going to happen. Because I have no way to counter out the current situation that we're in. So I'm just going to throw this down, I think. It's nowhere near enough damage, though. For sure. Guarantee. Well then. That's unfortunate. I guess we'll go take that. Hope he takes a skull. He actually went for it. That was the best thing he could have done for us. Now we just do this into the ability. And just hope nothing bad happens. He's going to Infernus us, though, if I do that. I think we lose regardless of what happens here. There's no way I could apply that much damage that quickly. And that's not enough to kill it. So we lose. Yeah, we lose. Rip. Okay, we might need to use a frontline tank with this or something. Maybe only use 1 goblin and use something else instead. Yeah, let's go actually do that. Let's get rid of 1 goblin. Because 1 goblin's enough. Let's go only use 1 goblin. And run a proper frontline tank. Like, even just a Gorgoltha or something. Or we could go a cheaper option, of course. This one being a cheaper option already. But, yeah, just like a standard Gorgoltha even would be perfectly fine. Just to make sure we don't die. Because we keep losing our frontline too quickly to skulls. So we'll just do that then. A standard frontline tank of Gorgoltha into the rest of the team that we're already using. 1 goblin is perfectly fine to do exactly what we're already doing. It does make the team quite a bit more expensive, but, yeah, you could just use 2 goblins if you didn't have that. We'll go take the blue, grab the brown, go for Azura. Take the reds over, take the board. Now we don't need to worry about him at all taking skulls. It's completely irrelevant if he does. We'll go for this again. And now we just go for the double kill and repeat it again. And then we win. And now we even have Gorgoltha for even more mana generation if that wasn't already enough. We'll just go lower this guy down just to make sure we guarantee get that kill. We could do it even further down if we really wanted to. That was completely irrelevant, but might as well. And even though this thing has higher HP right now, it doesn't really matter since we'll instant kill it off of this ability. And now we can just Gorgoltha or Azura, ideally Azura. And just since all the mana goes into him. If we do Gorgoltha, only the red would go into him, because Gorgoltha would block the other 2. Oh, he just got barrier, but luckily we could just go do that. Oh! Question of the day. Does this instant kill? It should. What should happen here is, will it instantly kill a barrier? The answer to this should be yes. Because it does damage and then it does the instant kill. Kind of like how a Kraken functions. And yes, it does hit through barrier because of that. Because it does the damage first, like a Kraken. But yes, this still instant kills even if they have barrier. Cool, okay. Yeah, this is probably my favorite version of him then. Even though it uses a goblin. I can't really even recall the last time I bothered using a goblin. It has been like a year, at minimum, since I've bothered using him in a legitimate team. Of course, just with messing around, I think I might have used him a few other times, but we'll go take that skull just to make sure it goes down. And if that wasn't already enough damage, we can go throw it. Wait, what is this team? I just realized he's using 4 Boar Riders. What on earth is that team? So we'll go throw that down. Go throw another Azura, or first Azura, actually. Let me go tap him just so we get him down to instant kill range. And that should be double kill. So we'll go for that, double kill, and then we just have the 1 to deal with. And we just poke him, throw it into everything else we got off the board. Ideally, that would have been full mana, but we'll just go throw another poke, just keep chipping him down. Throw it into Azura, and now we kill him with literally anything, and down he goes. Sweet! Yeah, I like this one. Probably one of the best. Oh yeah, definitely the best mythic they've released in a while. It's the best mythic they've released all year, for sure. Let's see. I know the more I'm using it, the more I'm liking it. It is losing quite a few battles, but I believe the one that we made up now is fine. I think the biggest problem earlier is I wasn't using a frontline tank, and now we are using a frontline tank. I hate having to use Gorgoltha though. I feel like every single time I have to use first slot Gorgoltha, but it's just so tanky. There really isn't anything really like it, which is why I always feel like I use it in teams. I try to avoid it as much as I can, but it's just such a standard, really good frontline tank. Essentially, every team in the game could function with a Gorgolfa in first slot, and it just works. So we'll go for the kill here. I don't think that's enough damage, so we'll go and secure one of these two. I guess we'll just secure first slot and do it that way, and just get the double kill off of that. Get the Gorgolfa, clear everything out, repeat the cycle, and just keep doing this until we win again. So we'll do that. Take a poke on one of them to make sure the other one dies. We do that. Ideally, we would do it on the first slot every time. You don't have to, but the reason for this is because you're exploding the skulls and it would always hit first anyways. So this makes it easier to get the one shot like that and then kill it out. But he's available till next Thursday, or the end of Thursday, until Friday reset of next week. So you have plenty of time to get him. So if you don't get him like today, you still have all next week if you find keys and stuff. Also, he'll eventually be in the Soul Forge too, of course. So you could just save 4,000 diamonds and don't use any keys right now. And just wait until he comes in the Soul Forge. Do keep in mind if you are waiting on the Soul Forge though. That could be anywhere from 1 week to like 2 months, depending on how long it takes. But it could vary very heavily. But that would probably be the easiest way if you have 4,000 diamonds laying around and you really want this guy. Just wait till he comes around the Soul Forge. We'll go and get a Gorgolfa down. That'll fill up everything. That should be low enough that we already have the kill, so I'm just going for it. And we do indeed get it. We'll go for the poke on that, so it goes down, get our mana right back. Ideally, that'd be all of our mana, but oh well. We'll go in Gorgolfa, keep getting the mana up. Throw down the Azura, keep getting the mana up even more, and that should be full. And now we just go for the double kill. And apparently we actually turned off of something, and down it goes. It's actually pretty quick as well. I'm kind of curious. Let's go put it on Warlord 4 difficulty real quick. What happens if we do this? Let's go try Warlord 4. Then again, Goblin's probably going to be completely irrelevant on this team, now that we did this. You know what? This probably won't work. We need a lot of Goblins to make this work. Or that, or we'd need like a Mang in place of Goblin or something. Too bad there's not a green version of Mang yet. There will be in the future. Actually, you know there is. They added the, wasn't there a green-brown one or something? Forget what color it was. Yeah, this probably isn't going to work. I was going to do this to try to see if we could instant kill it down. But I don't think we're going to have enough damage. So let's keep doing it on first slot. Luckily, he did not really do much with that, so we're safe from that. Go grab all that, move that down so we get the other mana. And let's just throw in Azura to chip us all the way to full. Only problem here is we don't have anywhere near enough damage on him to actually get that kill. Or wait, or do we? Because he has higher attack value too. I'd have to calculate that out. But I still don't believe we're all the way there yet, so we'll go a little bit further. We'll go and get some more stat reduction. Luckily, we're not reducing attack. We'll get that, and I believe that's enough, but just in case, let's go for Skull. I don't want him taking that regardless. Ooh, he got that kill. But I believe that's enough to kill it now. So let's go for it. And it does. Get a double kill. The only problem is he has a Summoner, so we're not actually going to be able to win. He has a Summoner. We'd have to win this turn in order to win, which is highly unlikely. Which one has lower durability? At the moment, it looks like you, actually, but you're not in first slot, so let me just go for first slot instead, even though you're higher durability ever so slightly. But if we get really lucky, we might still win. No, he's going to get a summon. And he got a kill as well. This is our last chance. Oh, we did attack reduction too. That's not going to work. Nope, it's over. No! Yeah, it's not going to work out. I wanted to give it a shot, though. It's too hard to lower them down initially to make that work. So yeah, we're not going to do that. At least not with that team, or really with any team. I don't think that would work. You would need like a Mang shot or something to lower them down properly. Anything else wouldn't be good enough. Or, you know, anything that tears out their armor. Because once you tear out their armor in that game mode, you should have they should be low enough that you could clean them out with a Ubastet. Probably not worth doing, but yeah. I just wanted to see what would happen. We definitely had to replace Goblin with a Mang-like troop, though. Or weapon. For that to have really worked. Anyways, let's go get a poke. What's the biggest threat? I guess you are the biggest threat, so we'll go do that. Only problem here is I might overkill the first slot. Yeah, I already overkilled the first slot fail. Well, one thing I could do is just completely kill it out. And that would be our solution to that. So let me actually go do that. So instead, we'll just completely kill him. Just so we hit something else instead for our double kill. And now we'll go for the double kill. We get the kill on that. It had 2 HP, but of course it always kills. Go for that, get the Goblin Rocket, throw the Azura in it, and that'll be a match. And we actually turned it as well, very nice. Oh, that's already enough damage. We'll just throw that, kill it, dead. That awkward moment when Goblin's best in slot for her team. There actually used to be a lot of teams when the game first started that used Goblin. At one point, he was legitimately the best troop in the game. These days, he's far from it. But he's still a really good single target poke. Only 6 mana, even less because of Nature Link. And automatic extra turn. There's a lot going for it. Normally, it's not used because it's such a trivial amount of damage. But it's actually just enough damage to really make this team function. Which is kind of perfect. So we're going to take Brown there. It unfortunately didn't surge. Even if it did, that actually wouldn't have been enough mana. I'm so used to using +1/+1 Gorgolfa that I forgot that we're currently not doing that. We're using blue-purple to rush Azura at the moment. What do we do here? I guess we'll just throw a poke on Yasmin and then clear out the board that way. Just to make sure that Yasmin dies, or at least make it easier for Yasmin to die. So that gets it to full mana. Before I do anything, though, let's go for another poke just to ensure that it is indeed the one that goes down. We'll take that. Actually, oh, you know what? I should have threw the poke at first slot. Oh, never mind. I can't. He has stealthy. That's the only problem with that. Okay, so I guess we have to overkill it here. Unless there's enough damage on the board, but there isn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're 1 damage short of killing that thing with Explosion. So we'll go do that. And now we just have to get our mana right back up again, and that's match. And I believe this match right there. Never mind. So you should have tried something else. I guess we'll just go for an Explosion. And then just go for the double kill. And we actually turned it dead. Hello, Gil, that name. Nicoletti. I know your last name. I got that part. Nicoletti. I'll just call you Nicoletti. I do not know how to say that first name. Ginluca? Ginluca. Yeah, hello, Nicoletti. Try crescendo. Wait. Oh, wait, never mind. I can't read. Wait, what? Try Princello della Spirit. I don't know what you mean because you're saying them all in the other language. I don't know what you mean by those. You're saying them by their other names in whatever language you're playing in, not by the English ones, so I don't know which ones you're referring to. I know Divinish Bala. I can read that much. It looks like Spirit Fox and Divinish Bala. I can't read the rest, though, based on what you said. Let's see. Also, hello, Mehmet. Welcome. You're going to just save up your diamonds? There's no way the guy's dropping for you? Yeah, that's probably your best bet, then. If you don't think you'll get it from keys. It is really random doing it from keys. Everything that you ever get is pretty random for keys. Soulforge's like the only really consistent thing in the game. Where is the deck with Phoenix? Phoenix. I'm trying to think of what that troop is off the top of my head. I believe nothing runs with Phoenix. Oops, let me take my tribute. I haven't taken it all stream, other than when we started. Phoenix. Phoenix? Wait, what's Phoenix? Do you mean Fenrir? Fenrir gets ran... I don't know which one you're referring to with that. But if you're referring to Fenrir, he gets ran in 4x Beast team. He's not used within War Gear teams. Because his bonus is to Beast, not to War Gears. So he's not really too relevant in Invasion or anything this week. Just because you can't really utilize him that well, unfortunately. Let's see, what other questions may I have missed? But yeah, if I missed any of your guys' questions, feel free to leave them again. Sorry if I did. Try not to. What are the top 3 Mythics, in my opinion? The top 3 Mythics are Fairish Ra, Infernus, and the third one could be questionable. I would say either a toss-up between Elamagrim, Worldbreaker, Catcher's the Bull, and probably another one I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But it really depends on what your preference is. The top 2 is pretty secure, though. It's Fairish Ra and Infernus as the absolute best 2. Which one of those 2 is specifically better really depends on what you're planning on doing. If you're planning on focusing on PvP and PvP and Guild Wars a little bit more, you'd probably want to stick with the Infernus. But if you're planning on doing your soul farm grind and you're planning on getting like 1,000,000 souls or a few million to go grind that out, you would definitely want to get the Fairish Ra instead. But yeah, probably Infernus overall would be considered the absolute best. It's just Fairish Ra saves you so much time in soul farming. Basically, every single one that you get saves you just... the first one you get essentially halves the time of how much time you'll have to spend soul farming. So it's pretty amazing to have as a troop. Alright, we'll go take that. We'll go and... what do we need to move around? I guess we'll take this one. Because he's not going to get an extra turn there unless another brown came there, which luckily it didn't. So we'll go get Gorgulfa Rush. Oh, I give him free yellow. I made sure not to give him one, just to give him another one fail. I'll go grab that over. That should be full mana 0. We'll throw the Goblin Rocket first, just to chip one of them down into place, and then go from there. I think I'm actually going to kill him off of this. I'm giving him a bit of magic here, which is unfortunate, but can't really help that. So we'll go and go for the double kill here. We actually ended up killing the one that already had mana, so that's pretty cool too. We'll go get that. Get our Goblin Rocket poke, and then just get full mana. Oh no! He just Yalguay'd me! He actually got the kill. I can't use Goblin Rocket. Oh well. Wow, Yalguay, stop! Stop! Yalguay! What are you doing? That awkward moment when you get Yalguay looped. It's one of the few things that Yalguay's still really good for. He can get like 3 to 4 hits in a row, and he keeps getting stronger every hit he does. He still reminds me a lot of Ganon from The Legend of Zelda. That's the first thing I think of whenever I look at him. Oh, why did I take green? Out of every color that we could possibly take, green is the most irrelevant color to ever take on this team. Unless we like desperately needed that poke and we had nothing else ready. But yeah, there's no point in taking Goblin's mana. We're gonna get way more than enough off of every cast we do. So we'll go and I'm actually gonna throw Gorgulfa here because we're automatically gonna get enough mana. All we had to do was hit one red in order to get enough there. So we'll go for the front line poke just to ensure that he goes down. And we'll do that, and now we just have to go and cast again, and that's pretty much match right there as soon as we get mana back on it. So we'll do that a second time just to reduce them down a bit. And throw Goblin Rocket into the double kill. And that's that. There we go. He meant Sunbird and Phoenix? Wait, what full team were you referring to? With the Sunbird for Phoenix thing? Your wife said that Tacet better stop doing all the poking unless he can afford the child support? I don't get that joke. Trying to think of what that is a reference to. Let's see. Finally, oh, congratulations, Zero, on getting all 37 pets. Yeah, it took me quite a while, too. I think we just finished it last week. I forget what exact day it was. Like 4 days ago, 5 days ago? But yeah, we finally hit 37 as well. How it's the... oh, how's the new Mythic? Oh, it's really good. New Mythic is definitely worth going for. It's the best Mythic they added all year. At least so far, anyways. Okay, we'll go and we'll take that over. Nice extra turn. Grab that down. Actually, the absolute best Mythic they'll add this year is if they add a Doomskull Mythic. Especially if they don't balance Doomskulls before then. They probably will. But Doomskull Mythic probably has the highest potential of being the most broken thing they've ever added. Wait, oh, that's hilarious. You guys saw what happened there, right? We double killed off our ability, and then there was still the proc of the auto kill. And even though he got the revive, we actually killed out his thing off the revive. They fixed this for Devour as well as many other mechanics, but because he's so new, they actually didn't fix it for him. So we just double killed, and it still had an instant kill. He revived, but the instant kill applied to the one that revived. That is hilarious. Well, now we have a revive counter as well, apparently. If they have, like, those 25%. It's still... You wouldn't run that in Explore, though, but it'd at least be a counter for it in PvP, if nothing else. That's really funny. So we actually triple killed off his ability. You can get more than just a double kill. But yeah, if you kill both of them with your ability, one of them revives, and you still have the instant kill, it'll instantly kill the thing that revives. It's kind of cool. I don't know if that's a feature or a glitch. We'll have to find out. They fixed most of the other mechanics of that, but you never know. This is a Mythic troop, so maybe they are giving it to him deliberately. I assume they aren't even aware that that's a thing, though. Like, almost 100% positive they're not aware. Okay, we'll go and throw the Zero down. At this point, I might as well just kill him off. Though I don't think we have enough damage, so I guess I am going to waste it. Let's see, how much is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What is being, like, ever so slightly short every single time? So I'll just go and waste that, I guess. We kill out Ketris. Ideally, I wish we would have killed out Infernus, but oh well. And we'll just poke him. I think that's enough damage. No, it isn't. He doesn't have enough attack value because well, for one, we have reduced their attack slightly, but also because we killed out his entire team already, so he doesn't have as many things to give us attack. So we'll just clear out the board, throw another Goblin Rocket at it, and that should be low enough that it should be within kill range. I sure hope so. I'm not going to bother calculating it out. And yes, it is indeed kill range, and down it goes. It wastes way too much time to calculate it out. The only time you'd ever bother doing that realistically is a revenge battle, or if you're in Guild Wars, or in any other game mode that kind of where you have to actually make sure you get the kill, where it's really important that if you don't. In PvP, it doesn't matter, because if you lose the battle, it means nothing, pretty much. Whereas in other game modes, it matters quite a bit more. Oh, so hello, Tuck, as well. Welcome. You got Ubastet in... Oops, I didn't see that. 437 gem and 108 guild. That's not too bad. It's about how many we got it in. Approximately. We got in 600 gem. Have you considered using Ubastet with his Divine Ishbala? Yes, we already built a team with it. I can go show it again. But yeah, we already built a team with it. It's pretty much a normal team we already use, except just with the guy in there instead of the Diviner. It's essentially the exact same team. It works out decently. It's actually really, really good. I'm trying to find a few other ones like this one to show, because I still haven't done the teams video. I'll be posting the teams video probably after the stream. Normally, of course, I would do it beforehand. You know, I might just always start doing it after. It just makes the morning more convenient. Not only that, but it allows us to pre-test some of them. Because the only problem with getting the video out very quick is I don't actually get to test some of them properly beforehand. So let's go for that. I should have probably threw the Goblin already, but better late than never. I was thinking of it and then didn't for whatever reason. I don't know why I hesitated on it, but we'll go for that and then just kill it out dead. Oops, I didn't mean to click that, but down it goes. Also, let me go hand out the first redeem code. Still haven't handed one out yet. And we'll have another one a little bit later on the stream and another 2 tomorrow as well. But let's go hand out the first redeem code since we haven't done one yet. Let's go and find where they're buried. Also, I showed it yesterday, but let me go show it again today before I go do that. But let me see. Where is their Twitter or Facebook? I guess I'll just do their Twitter. 1 second. Let me go onto their Twitter thingy. Actually, it'd probably be quicker doing it this way. 1 second. Official news. Click on the pet thing. And click on their Twitter or Facebook. We'll click on Twitter. Click on their link. And... oh, wait. This wasn't working earlier. Okay, I'll just post their Twitter, I guess. But if you go to their Twitter real quick, there is a poll thing on their most recent posts. It's their voting has opened for the pet. They're doing a design a pet thing, and there are a bunch of them that you can vote on what the new pet will be. So if you go to Twitter on Gems of War, just their official Twitter page, there's a little voting thing for what the new pet will be. There was a whole process, and that's the ones that they ended up deciding on, and now we are voting on which one will be added to the game. Currently, the winner is a baby Doomskull, though personally I want the cat dragon to win. It's basically just a toss-up between those two. Every other one is most likely going to lose. So it's between a baby Doomskull or a cat dragon. My vote is on cat dragon, and I'm trying to bias it as much as possible. It was at 25%, 30% earlier. We got it down to 26-29. Not sure if we'll be able to close the entire gap, but my vote is on cat dragon. Anyways, yeah, we're either getting a baby Doomskull or a cat dragon as the free cosmetic pet for everyone. So place your votes on which one you want. And that's over there. Anyways, let me go get the redeem code. But that'll be coming in probably about a month or 2. And everyone will get it for free. Currently, we have 0 cosmetic pets in the game. There will be a bunch of them coming into the game, though, through holidays and other random stuff. But anyways. Also, speaking about pets, I actually have a pet code here. Let's see. Copy that. That's kind of funny. Perfect timing. The one time this actually works out decently. One of our random codes. Okay, we'll go do that. It's actually next one down in line as well, which is kind of funny. Anyways, let me just redeem it real quick to make sure it works. And the answer to that is the loading screen. Please work. There we go, successful. Nice. Okay, so let's go put this below me and go from there. Let's go and put it below. Where to go? Where to go? Redeem code. So you use this on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section is where you go to use that for any of you that are interested in using the code. Gives the standard small amount of resources that it normally does. 1 gem key, 2 treasure maps, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. That 1 gem key could have the new Mythic in it too, though that'd be very unlikely. It's about like, what, a 1 in 1,000 chance or something? Also, me doing that just made this go off some. Wait, let me fix that. It's like off by 2 little pixels. There we go. Anyways, no, now it's 1 off on the other direction. There we go. Now it's fixed. Anyways, that's fixed. Let me go post that into chat so you guys can just copy paste it. Use it again, gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. And the redeem code is the one below or the one posted in chat. And the location is just gemsofwar.com underneath the game code. Do keep in mind it does not work on the 2 console versions. It only works on PC, all the mobile versions, and the Amazon version. It does not work on PS4, and it does not work on Xbox One. But if you're on any of the other versions, it will work. And it gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 soul, 2,500 gold. I guess we'll go use the 1 gem key real quick, see what we get from it. And nothing good. Well, that's better than me getting an ultra rare. I actually do prefer getting a runic over an ultra rare. Because a runic at least has use to me, whereas an ultra rare is literally nothing. How many trips do we have? 233,241. And about 230,000 of those are 100% useless to me. But yeah, I still don't want to disenchant them though. But if we were to go and disenchant everything, we would get 2.8 million souls. That is a lot of souls if we were to go click this button. Boom. No. Actually, I believe there's a warning screen even if I did click that, but just in case, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. But just in case. I don't want to click that. Anyways, yeah, 2.8 million souls if we actually disenchanted all that. I'm never doing that though. I'm just collecting them. If I need souls, I'll just grind them out with fair straws. It's like 50,000 an hour, give or take a few thousand. So it's perfectly fine. I don't need to go out of my way in any other way. I'd rather do it that way than bother wasting all of them. Hey, no problem for the code. I'm not going to click it. I'm never clicking that button deliberately. There is a possibility I'll accidentally do it eventually, though. It's only a matter of time. Especially with how much I tease it sometimes with, like, pretend clicking it. I even pretend click the warning screen one sometimes too. I've never misclicked it yet though, obviously. Well, let's go and that's not frozen, so we'll go for that. Let me go. Oh wait, I can't go for the single poke. We'd waste our turn if I did. I'm just gonna explode the board. Come on, please click. Click on that. Click on that. There we go. Nice extra turn, even though we're somewhat frozen. And just need to get the last little bit of his mana. There we go. Nice extra turn. Wow, for how frozen we are. Well, I guess we're only frozen on 1 troop. We're only frozen on green. So it's not that much. Wait, what even froze us? Did he have Queen Mab or something? Okay, we'll go and get that down. Yeah, it had to have been. With the team he's using, that would make sense if he had Queen Mab. Oh, yeah, we could dispel barrier, so I don't even need to worry about barrier. I forgot about that, too. On top of everything we have going on this team that's making it work, we also have the ability to get rid of barrier at whim, just by casting Azura. So I know we lose our turn there. That was to be expected, but we go for that and then get the kill. I needed to throw the goblin so we could poke him down into damage, and there wasn't any other way to do that. So even though he's frozen, we still have to go for it. Oh yeah, let me go show the other one. Someone was asking about using this with Divine Ishbala. We were doing that earlier. Let me go do it right after this battle. Forgot to go do that. If anyone just getting here, make sure to use the redeem code below. And we'll have another one later on in the stream too. I guess we'll give out the other one when we find our next gnome, because it's not an event, so it takes quite a while. But yeah, the next gnome we find, treasure gnome or pet gnome, doesn't matter which, we'll give out the next redeem code. So far we only found 1, but should be able to find another 1 or 2 before the end of the stream, I would assume. What do we go for here? What's the biggest threat? Well, biggest threat would be the Infernus. I don't know if we could actually apply enough damage to it, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, there we go. That works out conveniently. So we'll go for another poke, double kill, and then we only have to deal with 1. There we go. And now we just have to deal with the last slot. So we'll go for the Azura, Goblin Rocket it, poke it with some skulls and stuff. I guess we'll overkill it with this ability or something. And that'll be that. So we throw a Goblin Rocket into the ability, and that's already kill. Actually, don't even need to do that. We just do it off of that, and down it goes. Let's see. Yeah, she keeps doing a bunch of different pets are cool ones. As long as she doesn't repeat them exactly, we'll be fine. Because she sometimes does accidentally repeat the exact same code. And then the problem with that is it's not redeemable. But yeah, hopefully she won't do that. It has happened several times in the past. Anyways, let's go and 4 times Divine Ishpala. Pretty much same team, except with a Ubastet in it. We were using this as our initial one as well. But this is basically what it looks like with a Divine Ishpala in it. And obviously you'd use Infernus if you had it. Otherwise, use something like Tetris. And if you don't have either of them, then what would be your next option? There aren't really too many at that point. At least for 4 times Divine. Okay, we're frozen on yellow, and I don't have anything to convert, so we'll just grab it. Because he took mine away from me. So we'll go for this. Get a double kill right here. And go from there. So this is pretty much guaranteed double kill. We're not frozen on blue, so we can grab that. We can also grab that. And now we go for the double kill. Get both of those 2 out. Get a Mercy down. That cleanses off our freeze. And now we just go for the double combo again. Actually, we're already in kill range, so let's go for that and dead. But yeah, that's what it looks like with Divines. Pretty much the same thing as a standard 4 times Divine team. It works about the same speed. Some battles are quicker, some battles are slower. Obviously, the one we just did was quicker. It really depends how lucky you get with Mercy, more so than anything. Wow, we almost have enough damage to first turn just double kill him. We don't have enough, though, I don't believe. We're about... actually, do we? Let me actually calculate this out. We might. We might actually have enough. I think we do. Let me just cast it. Wow. We just first turn double killed. That is insane. But yeah, occasionally this late in the game has enough damage. If you're really high stats against someone with like mid-range stats, you actually have enough damage to first turn double kill, which is very potent. And let's match. Or actually, no, it isn't. He has 9 HP, really? This is why we need Goblin Rocket. Just scrap him out real quick. There we go. He actually got a kill, which is kind of surprising, given how quickly we killed everything else. But there we go. You've been using Infernus, Ubastet, Divine Ishpala, Mercy. Yeah, that's exactly what we're using now, just in different order. I'm specifically using it in this order because it's tankier with the Mercy. I actually don't mind if Mercy dies out. It's not too big a deal. I don't want to put Divine Ishpala in front of any of this because I don't want to block her. We could technically do this if I really wanted to, but then we block this guy's yellow and then he only gets brown. I'd rather just have Divine Ishpala only being used for a half mana start and just utilize Infernus into Ubastet quicker. And if Mercy goes down, it goes down. I'm not really too concerned about that. It's not going to make too big a difference if she does. We'll just have to manually take our mana instead of converting it if that does happen. The main thing Mercy's here for is for that first initial cast, and because she does help us cover every color. So here we will not have enough damage to instant first turn kill, so we'll have to throw that down. So it kills itself out. We should have enough damage here. I hope so. Yes, we double kill the bombs. Don't have any Mercy to go do here, so we'll just go throw a yellow, I guess. Go get that. Get another yellow. Free turn as well with how he moved it. Perfect. Grab a bunch of mana, throw that down, and if he gets full mana, we win. Is there a brown? That would be enough to get him to full. Unfortunately, that is not available, so we'll just take a skull, I guess. We'll go put a bunch of yellows, which we should be able to Mercy, which we can, and that's match right there. And then we just go for the double kill. And even if it didn't do the other thing, it would still have overkilled them. And there we go. Okay. But yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like with Divines. So far, my favorite would have to be this one and the one with that random goblin, and it's pretty funny. The other one was still okay, but it seems pretty cliched compared to what I normally show because it's pretty much just a normal kind of Alchemist Moneylender loop. But still, it works in Alchemist Moneylender loop. So it was the least effective one of the 3 so far that we have messed around with. We'll go move that over. Let's see if we have a Mercy or anything to go throw down. Doesn't look like it, so we'll just go move that. Throw in Furnace. Hopefully get full mana off that, off our Browns. 1 mana short. Never mind, we did get it. Okay, so we'll go for the double kill here. Make sure he doesn't do anything. Oh, no! That was not what I actually wanted to have killed. But of course it hits the 2 weakest, so I could have seen that. I just didn't realize they were that low already. We'll go grab that. Didn't get anything out of it. 1 mana short as well, which is unfortunate, but he gives us that, so that makes up for it. I'll throw in Furnace. That did not actually get a kill. Never mind, I lied. We get 2 Cascade of Skulls randomly. and ends up getting the 2 pokes we need to take them out. And there we go. If anyone else has any other questions, anything you want me to show, or anything of the such, feel free to leave them in chat. Otherwise, of course, the main thing we're going to be doing today, and probably tomorrow as well, is just messing around with the new Mythic. Just seeing exactly what he can do. He's in Glory Gem, Guild, and VIP chest if you guys want to try for it, or just wait until he comes into Soul Forge and just get it with 4,000 diamonds. It's also the other method of getting it. And a smash, throwing a furnace at it. Yeah, I was almost going to throw the other one. That definitely wouldn't have been enough damage. And there we go. The only real big downside of this guy is he doesn't auto extra turn though, or really any capability of extra turning, though almost no Mythic has that capability. Very few Mythics have any chance of extra turning at all. And it's one of the things that actually makes most Legends better than Mythics in many situations. Not all of them, of course, but there are quite a few of them that they're just so bad at gaining extra turns that, or don't at all, that they're just not worth using. And Furnace is a good example of what happens when they do allow you to extra turn off a Mythic, because it's just so ridiculously strong being able to utilize the fact that every single time it has a pretty good chance of extra turning. Not only does it have that Red Storm, which makes it even easier, it has Explosions, which not only synergizes with the Storm, but also yeah, it makes so many things go off the board that it just gives a really good chance of extra turning off it. So we tried for the extra turn off of green, didn't get the Cascade we needed. We'll just take a Yellow Surge into Infernus, and I believe that's enough damage on its own. And yes, it is. Try this Wolf Garrick team, Trident Banner, Spirit Dancer, 2 times Druid. Where's the Wolf Garrick? First slot, I assume? You didn't say specifically to where to put the Wolf Garrick. Wolf Garrick, Spirit Dancer, 2 times Druid. Yeah, that would end up working out. You have all the mana you need for it. The only problem with that is actually securing the kills. I'll go show it after we find a real team off our 3 trophy. Oh wait, I didn't even look at this month's calendar. Let me go check that. Yeah, I actually didn't look at that yet. The calendar thingy. I assumed it would just be the exact same thing. That's actually the first time ever they would have given a VIP key then. That's actually really insane. But yeah, they've never given out a VIP key ever, I don't think, for free. Maybe once ever. But I think that's it. Also, this is the first time we got Divine Ishpala up on this team. Normally that doesn't happen. Oh, go for that, go for that. We're in double kill range, I might as well just go for it. Oh, no, we aren't! No! Okay, Infernus is still enough to clean up. And he dies to burn or that explosion. Yeah, let me go check. I assume it's on the final day, right? Like the last day you get like 1 key only. But let me see. Calendar. I go grab this real quick. Calendar. Where's the VIP key? I don't see a VIP key. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. 2 VIP keys on the 25th day. That is insanely good. Wow, they really buffed up the loot this time around. There's no gems, though, this time. Really? Really? You got rid of all the gems just to give this stuff? I guess technically that's still better than the gems. But they got rid of the gems because I know their publisher is like, hey, stop giving everyone gems so much. So they actually buy gems. We don't know exactly what their publisher is saying, but that's pretty much what they're saying. Start adding more gem sinks and stop giving them gems. But yeah, they're giving indirectly gems. This still technically gives you gems in a way because it's saving you from having to use gems in the future, getting gem keys and stuff. But yeah, 2 VIP keys, that's actually way more than I expected. I was kind of expecting them only to ever give 1. This is the first time ever where we'd really be able to actually go and get some by any means if you didn't already have them unlocked. Yeah, it's really cool. You'd want to save them for Mythics only. Only ever use VIP keys when a Mythic is currently released. So you'd probably want to use this on the next Mythic that gets released. Because by the time it comes around in 24 more days, that'd be about the time when you would go and get it, or use it anyways. So yeah, I would use this on the next Mythic, not the current one, because, well, obviously 25 days from now. But yeah, next Mythic that gets released, you'd want to use those 2 VIP keys for it. VIP keys have a 10 times higher chance of getting a Mythic than a gem key. Though, if you count their actual cost, if you were spending them, it's only actually 2 times higher. But it's 10 times if you're referring to just the basic key. So you would need 20 gem keys to really equal the Mythic capability of a 2 VIP keys. But if you're actually buying them, it comes out to you're only saving like double the amount of gems. Which, if you were to spend 500, you're basically like spending 1,000 with VIP keys. But keep in mind, you're not getting ultra rare drops. You're actually getting less drops overall from doing VIP keys than you are from doing gem keys by a decent amount. There are many instances where gem keys are actually better than VIP keys if you're spending gems on them specifically. For one, if you can't afford 50 bulks of VIP key, it's actually better to do 50 bulks of gem keys. Also, if you haven't maxed out every ultra rare in the game yet to Mythic or pretty close to that, it's also better doing gem keys than is doing VIP keys. Only time you'd ever really use these specifically, either spending gems on them or using these spirit keys that you get, is of course for specifically when a Mythic is released and you're interested in trying to get it. The only other time is maybe when a new kingdom gets released. You could try using these 2 VIP keys then, and save them until then if you want to. But that's pretty much when you use it. I'll probably do a video actually kind of going over that maybe. I'll probably doing it going over all keys in general. But of course I'll mention the whole thing with VIP keys. Because it's basically the first time we ever really get them for free, ever. I think there was, like I mentioned, one other time, but it was ages upon ages ago. So that's kind of cool. Plus we still get the orb. Yeah, the rewards look pretty juicy compared to normal. Plus we actually technically still get gems. We get it every 7th day still. So that's nice. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, that actually doesn't look too bad for a calendar for free stuff. Okay, let me go do the Wolf Garrick team that you just mentioned. Let's give that a shot. Let's go do it over suggested team slot. Rename suggested team. Go put that in there, confirm, and what was it again? Wolf Garrick, the Spirit Dancer thingy. Spirit Dancer, and we need double Fenrir for the buff. Fenrir. Oops, that's not Fenrir. Fenrir. Oh wait, what am I doing with Fenrir? Not Fenrir. Druid is what we need for the +1 blue. Druid. And it should be it. Banner. What was mentioned for banner? Trident banner. So we'll go with that. Trident. Where are you? There it is. There we go. Okay. So what are we missing? We're only missing yellow and brown. Yellow we're already utilizing the banner for. So we have +4 blue. That's a lot of mana for the Spirit Dancer. What dictates weakest? Weakest is determined by the troop that has the lowest HP plus armor, is what's considered weakest. So both is the answer to that question. It's whatever troop on the opposing team has the lowest amount of HP armor. So if you add up both those values, that's its durability. And weakest refers to the one that has the lowest, and strongest refers to the one that has the highest HP plus armor. But that's what it's referring to when it says that. As well as every card that says that. A double entangle? What are you doing? Wait, how did it double entangle? Oh, never mind. I thought that was entangled for a second because of the ability fail. That is not an entangle. That's what his ability looks like. Alright, we'll go take a red. That actually helps us, kind of. He killed out... Never mind, he killed Wolf Garrick. Team already ruined. Personally, I don't care for this team as much as most things. Generally, Wolf Garrick in general. The biggest problem with him is it is way too hard to get his Devour off. And by the time you do, you could have already won with like a normal team of some sorts. At least we got a good start this time, so we get to see kind of what he normally does. Or at least a little bit better representation of him. Oh, I overkilled him. Okay, hopefully we get a poke on him. So we'll go for the poke right here. And now we go for the Devour. Let me take that brown first. And then we can just keep poking him, and that's match, and dead. Yeah, that's more so how he would better function. The only problem is him doing that consistently is not that consistent. Also, he's really bad against any team that has immune to Devour, particularly if they have multiple immune to Devours, because of course his ability is Devour. One really nice thing about this new Mythic as well, compared to the Mythic of Wolf Garrick, which we were just using, which is also in event keys right now, by the way. Not him. He's not in event keys. The Wolf Garrick is. But one nice thing about this is his instant kill, because technically Wolf Garrick has an instant kill too. It's the Devour that he does. But this instant kill has no immunity to player-owned troops. There's currently 0 player-owned troops that have immunity to instant kill, which is what he does. Whereas several troops have immune to Devour, like about 3 dozen or so. Between Impervious and Indigestible, there's about 3 dozen troops. As well as, I believe, Fortified or something that Dwarves have. There's about 3 or so dozen troops that have immunity to it. Whereas 0 troops have immunity to this guy. Okay, he has Spirit Fox. I cannot get over how much I hate Spirit Fox. It is still among one of the most annoying troops in the game. Same as Scion. That hasn't changed either for Scion. Sion's been that way ever since he got that trait, though. Anyways, let's go and move that over. We'll go for the double kill here. Too bad there is no way to get the kill on this Spirit Fox. There we go, good. Actually, we do, because it was the weakest. I just didn't know for sure if it was. Their values were so close together. But anyways, we'll go for that. Get for a kill here, and that's match already. And then just Infernus kill it. Way overkill. Well, actually not way overkill, but it's enough to kill, and down it goes. People are saying that the Holiday Skull is summer. That's what everyone is saying. I didn't understand it either when I was like doing the video this morning. I was like, oh, Holiday Skulls. For what holiday? There's no holiday. I don't think there is right now. But yeah, everyone's saying that's for summer. What do we do? What to do? I don't think we have alignment for that. We'll go just take that. Take the other one. Take a skull. Is that low enough to die? I don't believe it is. So we're going to throw a cast down. That definitely is, for sure. So now we'll go for the kill, and then just Infernus kill the last one. He'll live ever so barely. And then we just have to poke him with something. So we'll throw our Mercy. And Infernus for the poke. And down it goes. I will do a video soon, TM. Which video are you referring to on that? But yeah, the team's video I will be doing for sure later today. Like, pretty much as soon as the stream ends, I'll be recording it. Like, literally the second the stream ends. First thing I'm doing... Or actually, I'll probably grab a bite to eat and then record it. Because I still haven't ate anything yet today. I've just been sipping on tea and water. That is my food. Okay, we'll go and... what do we even do here? I guess we'll take a red. Go get an Infernus or something in there. Yeah, we'll go for it. Well, we're up against Firebombs. I think we really need to try. We can do literally nothing, and that would probably be the most effective way to win this battle. By deliberately just making sure he doesn't get skulls, and that's it. And that's match. Sure, we'll just keep taking stuff. He'll throw another Firebomb down, and we'll kill it off of... never mind, he'll kill himself out off the extra turn. Never mind. Okay, we'll have to do it then, and down it goes. Yeah, 4 times Divine is definitely back. Well, it never really left. It's been here since Divine Ishbala was added to the game. 4 times Divine has always been good since Divine Ishbala was added. But yes, compared to Doom Skulls, this is like equally as good, I would say, as Doom Skulls. But then again, so was using the previous team to it just with Diviner was still pretty much the same thing as Doom Skulls. The reason why so many more people are switching over to Doom Skulls as well as myself is just because it's a lot less effort, since all you have to do is just cast once and it's like, oh, team already died. It's a lot easier to get alignment and stuff like that, whereas with this team it could take a little while to get like a Mercy or something, which is always a slight problem with Mercy. It's because you only have that one convert, whereas the double converts are a lot easier to hit, especially when you have things that keep creating its color onto the board. Okay, so I think this is enough damage, so I'm going for it. It is enough damage. We get the Yagway as well killed, so it's really nice. Surprising to see Yagway is the second lowest, but I believe it's because of how high of attack he has. So we'll go for that. We had an extra turn here. I would go for it. We have a double skull poke. Not really worth going for. We'll just go, I guess, explode all that. Get a Mercy in here. Can we get a Mercy? Yes, barely. Got it right off the Cascade right there, and then we just run Furnace for the kill. I was hoping that the skulls would kill it. Apparently not, but we can just poke it, and down it goes. And that Death Mark had no chance of killing us since it has a 1-turn delay now. So you at least have 1 turn to try cleansing it. And I guess we'll run this one more time before we switch into the other one. This one's actually quite a bit better for up against Freeze. The Goblin one that we were using earlier is really bad against Freeze. It's still winnable, but it's gets countered a lot harder than this team, of course. This team's pretty much made to run against Freeze, because it just hard counters it so hard with 2 cleanses. It has cleanse off of Mercy and cleanse off of Divine Ishbala. And the Diviner version has another cleanse as well on top of all that. Okay, I don't think we have enough damage, so we'll throw in Infernus. That will give us our double kill that we need. And then we just work it from there. So we'll go for double kill. The only problem with Infernus is we don't get to choose what troops we get to kill. Whereas if we use a Goblin or something else, we do get to choose what we kill. That's the only really bad thing about it in this context of this team. It's still really good overall. It's just you don't get to choose. It's just completely random what you double kill when you go throw the other guy. Oh, also we don't have anything to remove barrier with this team. We just have to do brute force of damage, which is still perfectly fine. We have way more enough damage to do it with. But the other team has Dispel on it, which gets rid of barrier for us. But down it goes. Doesn't really matter though. Infernus is so much damage procs that it hits through everything regardless. Yep, someone just spilled my tea. It's cold now, though. Let's see. Actually, don't mind cold tea, though. I do prefer it warm. Having, like, a really cold iced tea is pretty nice. I guess that's why they call it iced tea. Ah! Well, that's kind of obvious, but... sunglasses for summer, and the Southern Hemisphere player base is alienated because autumn. Yeah, pretty much. Especially up in Canada and such. I know it's probably like still snowing up there. I know when I ended up going up, it doesn't snow year round, but it gets like ridiculously cold even still around this time of year. We'll go throw that down. Go get the double kill. Get that down there. Hey, I meant to switch over to the other team. I guess it doesn't matter too much, but let's go and I guess we'll get a Mercy in there, why not? Also, where are all the treasure gnomes and pet gnomes? We haven't gotten one for about an hour now. And we only found one so far to stream. That tends to be my average when there's not a gnome event going on, is about one per hour. Okay, anyways, let me go switch back to, which one is it? Oh, I still have this name Spirit Loop. Let me go name it the Goblin Poke. The Goblin Poke. What's his name again? Goblin Poke Uba. Yay, it fits. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's see what this can do again. Is it hot right now in Toronto? It's pretty hot by me too, but that's just because it's, well, almost summer now. Oh no, when I was down there, it was ridiculously cold. I went down there twice. Once in the winter. Well, obviously it would be cold then. But also went there once, I believe in July, around there. Sometime in the summertime. It was still pretty cold. Could just been that I went down there in a pretty cold time, but... I'll go move that over. Go and get that in there. Get the double kill. Throw that into the kill. Should just kill it off of the explosions. And the only problem with that dying is now we can't double kill him right now. So that's killing that was actually a bad thing, not a good thing. We'll move that. I guess we'll go for another one of these. And doesn't even matter that it has 0 attack. I was mentioning this earlier too. It really doesn't matter if they have 0 attack. Main thing that matters is if you can actually get the single kill to go to the double kill. As long as you have something on your team, like for example a goblin, that's able to set that up for you, it doesn't actually matter what their attack value is. It can be literally 0, and as long as you get the kill, that's all that matters for it. Okay, we'll take their skull into red, because that will lower him without us needing to do a goblin on him. They're already pretty much there. All I have to do now is get one of these 2 to full mana. I guess we'll do Gorgolfa since he's already so close. The mana leaks into him as well, whereas if we took that mana, it wouldn't leak into anything. So this Goblin Rocket I'm actually going to use to secure the other kill I want, in which this case it's the one that keeps giving them HP. So I'm going to go and do this to make sure that we get that as our kill. And now we'll do this into the double kill then. Can you please end your turn? Please end your turn. End your turn. Did we magic reduce that? Good, we did. I was wondering why I did so little damage. Goblins? Goblins? Hello? Stop. Anyways, let's go double kill it. If we can get another double kill, we'll be good, but wow. That reduced us down a lot. Luckily, he has almost no damage left other than by skulls. If we get attack reduction, we'll be fine on that regard too. But yeah, the goblins with their infinite loops, very annoying. We'll skull bait him right here. Oh no, I can't. He doesn't have a low enough attack value. We'll go take brown, I guess. Oh, he's still gonna get a skull. No. Any hit he does kills us. 42. What? You gave it a magic buff? What are you doing? What are you doing? We lost. It's over. I tried for the skull into something there, but no, it's way more than enough damage for him to kill. Rip. Nothing defeats the Goblin Loop. Except Mass Freeze, but even then it can still fail. Anyways, that's unfortunate. It happens to just about any team, though. Almost no team will come back from that once Goblins feel like they want to win. If Goblins want to win, they will win. Let's see. We'll go take that over. Go explode all the blues. Oops, what am I doing? Wrong one. Oh, I got rid of all my purples. Now I'm going to have to take a blue. Please end your turn. You're being just as bad to Goblins right now. There we go. Finally missed. Okay, we are frozen on blue, though, but let's go and secure our kill on Queen Mab. Oh, you know what? I should have threw that at the other one. There's a problem with what I just did. We don't have enough damage to kill them now. We'll go do that. I still don't have anything in kill range. Let me go and double poke this one. So we'll throw that down. Actually, I only need a single poke, so that should be enough to kill it. The only problem here is I don't have mana for the other guy. So we'll go explode the few blues that are on the board. 1 mana short, of course. That would be a thing. So we'll go and throw another tap on this just to ensure that it will go down. Actually, never mind. Wouldn't make more sense doing on you then. And this will be full mana for sure. And, well, really shaky battle so far, but that should be enough for it to live ever so barely. But we'll go and get the double kill there. It lives with 8 HP. We'll throw it. Oh, I should have threw Goblin Rocket. I mean, Goblin. Just normal Goblin. So throw that down. Get one more Azura. And that should pretty much be matched. We throw this Azura into full mana, and that'll be it. We just double kill it. And we'll throw a Goblin just for good measure, because I believe we do need a little bit more damage. And double kill. And there we go. Oh, shaky battle. Still comes through, though. It kills you that it took you 600 gem keys to get the new Mythic. That's actually above average, though, even though it took you 600. I believe the average is about 1,000 gem keys is how many it would take. 1,000 gem keys or 10,000 glory keys is about the average or so to get one Mythic, approximately. As far as the exact drop rate, we don't really know exact drop rates, but that is approximate drop rates. So if you're getting it before either of those two values, you're technically getting it at a decent rate. Okay. Also, it takes about 100 VIP keys as well, is the other one. It's either 10,000 glory keys, 1,000 gem keys, or 100 VIP keys is the approximate amount of keys of each key that it would take to get a Mythic. What do we need? We'll go and I guess we'll throw another poke just to ensure that he goes down when we do this ability. Could have used that on her just to ensure that she went down as well, but not too big a deal. She'll go down in a second. So we'll get the double kill up there, throw the Gorgoltha down, get her mana right back up, repeat the cycle again, and that'll be a match. We got a poke on him. I don't think that's enough damage yet. If we had a green for one more poke, that would be enough. I guess I take a skull here and try for a red. Didn't get it, but that's enough to double kill, or should be. Pretty close to it. And down it goes. And down it goes. Yep. And down it goes, and down it goes. Should we try to get the new Mythic? Or how hard should you try to get the new Mythic? I would say throw half the keys you currently have at it. Is about how hard you should try going at the Mythic. And however many keys you have would determine that, basically. But, yeah, I would say throw about half the gem keys you have. Or all the gem keys you have and no glory keys. Or half of both your gem keys and glory keys. That or all of your gem keys and half of your glory keys. Some combination of that. But, yeah, I would say about half of both of them, or all of your gems and no glory, would probably be the best two to do. Which is also why I ended up doing all my gem keys and then none of my glories. But that's just because I got lucky and got it beforehand. But some combination of those would be probably what you'd want to throw down. The Mythic is really nice. It's also decent in early game. One slight downside is you lack those Firestorm and the other thing if you don't have them fully traded. And he does gain a decent amount of stats per extra turn, or per every turn that you get, from his final ability. It's not necessarily necessary to really make him function, but it is pretty helpful. Of course, you can go and get the traits, but, you know, yeah, you have to factor in traits with Mythics as well, because the amount of time that it could take to fully trait Mythics is a little bit annoying, and you might not want to do it specifically at the moment. Of course, if you have orbs, I guess that makes it a lot quicker. But if you have, like, the big blue or the big orange orb, just simply use it on it, and boom, you're good to go. But, you do have to factor that in as well. Yeah, as far as the new Mythic... Oh, good, we got the double kill thing again. Wait, you can actually double instant kill? Interesting. If you get a summon or a double summon on the opposing team, you can double instant kill. If one of the enemy dies, then kill the other one. But apparently, that's a lie, because it actually kills both of them if you instant revive one of them. That is really cool. That is definitely a glitch, though. That confirms if it was a glitch or not when I was questioning about it earlier. Yes, it is indeed a glitch, because that's not what the card says. But yeah, we just quad killed off of that troop. We double killed and then double killed instantly again. That's amazing. I love it. Hello, Durade. Welcome. But yeah, generally with Mythics, particularly newer Mythics, I would say overall, it's probably better to save for new legends than not new legends. Well, new legends as well with event keys. But yes, it is good to save for new legends actually. But it's mainly good to save for new kingdoms. And just keep saving all your resources for that, and never spend any of your resources at any other point if you're more towards mid-game. Basically, early game, throw your keys immediately, other than event keys. Mid-game, throw your keys whenever a new Mythic comes out. I mean, not new Mythic, my bad. New Kingdom comes out. The reason for this is you likely don't have every Mythic in the game, like by even close, like not even remotely close. Like you probably have like 1/4 of them or something, most likely. Somewhere around there, maybe half. But you probably lack a lot of the Mythics. So your best bet would probably be to specifically save for when a new kingdom gets released. Throw all your keys then. And then all your keys, it doesn't matter when you open your keys, you always have the same chance to get Mythics. Like the chance to get a Mythic right now isn't any higher than it ever is. It's the same rate that it always is. It's just specifically every Mythic you get other than event keys is from, it's going to be this one. But the rate of it isn't any higher when a new Mythic gets released. It's the exact same rate as it always is. So, just saving for when a new kingdom comes out so you can get all the new content from the new kingdom while simultaneously trying to get a bunch of Mythics is probably the best bet to most players, I would say. The only reason why I specifically always go and do every single Mythic when they come out is, of course, we have the resources to do so, and because we have almost every Mythic, or actually we do have every Mythic in the game. I don't count Zugoff, but not counting Zugoff, we have every Mythic in the game, so... yeah, there's no point in us doing it randomly unless a new kingdom came out specifically for myself. But generally, that's when you'd always want to do it, is just when a new kingdom comes out. Because you still have all the same chances at getting random Mythics, plus you get all the new kingdom stuff. So it's just a little bit more efficient doing it that way. And event keys you save for whenever new legends come out, or when the legend gets released on a given week that's really good that you want. You can also occasionally use it to try to get some Mythics, because there are Mythics within the event key drop table, if and only if the kingdom has a Mythic. So for example, it's Magrim Woods this week, so you have a chance of getting Wolf Garrick. They really should make a screen better here that actually shows you everything you get. This screen is so ridiculously hard to understand. All of these key screens are. That's one of the biggest downgrades, I would say, from this new visual format that they did, is every single key menu is so ridiculously hard to tell what on earth you actually get compared to what it used to be. I don't know why they made it so weird. Hopefully it'll fix that in the future. How long has the stream been going now? About 2 hours, and we'll be going for about another hour. And then once that ends, I'll probably go grab a bite to eat, record the other video, and then probably just chill up until the later stream, because I actually don't have anything else to do. Maybe go out for a little bit of shopping, but that's about it if I even bother doing anything else. What do we need? What do we need? I guess we'll take a round there. What do we need? Take another yellow, take a purple, take a blue, take a... nothing? I guess we'll take the blue. He'll just skull poke us. It's Gorgolfa versus Gorgolfa, so us taking skull and him taking skull. Either way, it's pointless, so obviously we want him taking skull if we can. Just because it doesn't really do anything. Seriously, the AI has no clue what Doom Skulls are. Every single time. I feel like it's deliberately trying not to take the Doom Skulls sometimes. It's really odd. We'll go for that. Also, we'll have the other redeem code soon. I said when we'd find the next gnome or treasure gnome, but we're doing pretty bad at that. I'll give it out regardless, but I'll give it out instantly if we find a gnome or treasure gnome. So hopefully that will be the case. Otherwise, we'll give it out like towards the end of the stream or so. Well, we'll go for the explosion here. Get the double kill there. Should kill Infernus, hopefully. If not, I'm actually going to throw one little poke at him just to secure it. Actually, you know what? It should be low enough that I don't have to do that. So I'm going to do a weird move and do it on there, because that should still be low enough durability that it gets the double kill right there. And yes, it does. Actually, we get the triple kill because he revived. That's so funny that actually is a thing. So we'll get that. We have this guy to full mana. That's not really too relevant, though. As I say that, there is actually something funny we could do. Since we died on Goblin, I could go throw this. And I believe that's enough damage now to kill him. Yes, it is. Well, I guess we actually got to utilize our summon for once. Do we save our vault keys for gnomes? Yes, every vault key you ever have should be saved for vault events. It's not that big a deal if you throw them down beforehand, but there is an ever so slightly higher chance that you get a vault key from a vault key if you do it during a treasure gnome event. So yes, if you're looking for absolute best value, you would want to save every vault key you have for a vault key event. Do keep in mind that throwing them early is perfectly fine. If you're a newer player, you probably want to throw it as immediately as you get it. But if you're a late game player that pretty much, like, we're the state that we're in, late game or end game, where you essentially have everything already, you might as well just wait till the vault key event because you get ever so slightly better rewards. But yeah, it's perfectly fine to throw them immediately. You only have, like, double the chance of getting a vault key from a vault key. It's only increasing it by a few %. But yes, if you did want to get the absolute best value out of your keys, always save them for vault events. It's not a big difference, but it does make a very small difference. I still have yet to get a vault key from a vault key, so technically me doing them during a vault events has made no difference. And I've opened like 30, 40, 50 of them during vault events and stuff, and still haven't gotten one yet. But that one time when it does happen, it would probably be all worth it, because then you get a whole free vault key for no extra effort. But it's very rare, even during the vault event, regardless. But yes, technically best values during vault events. Long story short. Hello, Techni! You just noticed how many troops you've never done a PvP battle with? 281. It shows a really high number for mine as well. But the thing is, a lot of them are a lot higher than they should be, because the thing didn't always calculate them out forever. It only started calculating them out like 2 years ago. So anything that you used prior to that wasn't counted. Yeah, I think it still shows that I haven't used like 50 troops or something, even though I have used all of them before. Also, I believe it specifically has to be within a ranked PvP battle. If you do it in casual PvP or literally any location in the game other than PvP, I believe it doesn't count it. So some troops I've only ever used like in Explore and stuff like that as well. Like if a new troop comes in that's completely useless, where I'd probably just only use it in Explore. Then again, I show it for the video normally for at least one of the battles, but yeah, I've used every troop in the game at least a couple times. But I believe my page on that website shows that I haven't done it on so many of them, even though I have. Now, I don't think that's enough damage, so I'll throw a skull into the poke, and I believe that's enough now. And it is. Good thing, because he almost had full mana famine. Oh yeah, there's a website, Gems of War database, gowdb.com. It tracks a lot of data within the game. It also has a lot of really fun tools and useful tools on it, as well as some leaderboards and stuff like that. But yeah, gemsofwardatabase.com. I believe it's the first link in the description or second link. Never mind, it's neither of the two links in the description. But if you just type in gowdb.com, gemsofwardatabase.com, or what it stands for. But yeah, gowdb.com. And it will bring you to that website. And you can set up your account there. I think it takes like 1 minute. It's a really nice tool. It's made by Leah. It's like one of the best tools out there, external to the game itself. It's really nice. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't already. We should probably go do a video on it, because a lot of newer players probably aren't aware of the website. I don't personally use it too much these days. The main thing that people used to use it for was to check trait stones on troops, back before they were ever shown within the game itself. Because it was hard to actually tell what trait stones you needed. But then they added it into the game itself, so people don't check for that anymore. Alright, we'll go through the explosions down. What do we need? What do we need? I guess we'll go and secure the other kill, which I actually want to be him because he has a summon. So that will secure our double kill, and we'll go for it now. And yeah, should be good to go. We'll go give it a little poke to that. Get some explosion in there. Get the last bit of our mana off of that. And no extra turn, but that is enough to double kill. And there we go. And she has immune to Devour, but of course that is not Devour. That is instant kill, so it always hits it. Nothing has immunity to it. Player owns. Oh, exactly 4,000. Look at that. Right on the dot, we hit 4,000. Not that high. Actually, I think we're like, what? 46,000 to 86. Also, it was pretty funny. With my ridiculously low score last week, we were actually as low as 87,000. I still keep forgetting how many people play this game. But yeah, we were as low as 87,000. And that's not even every platform. That's not even counting PS4 or Xbox One. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Also, let me move that back to normal difficulty before I accidentally do that on something. Could you imagine accidentally doing Volts on Warlord 4 difficulty? That would be a fail. By the way, I mentioned this a couple times, but should probably re-mention it. If you do open Volts for whatever reason, or at any point, for whatever reason, obviously you'd open them. But whenever you do get around to opening Volts, whenever you decide to go and do them, do not put it on any higher difficulty. You don't get any additional reward for having on higher difficulty. I don't even know why they have the option to do so. It's kind of confusing. But yeah, you don't get any extra reward, so don't bother doing it. Okay, so that's the last bit of mana we need. We'll go for the double kill. Oh, I should have secured it to get the, him killed. He can actually win off a Just in Furnace Loop if he got really lucky. Speaking of that, what are you doing? Stop it. Don't you dare start. But yeah, we should have secured the kill on him. He was much more of a threat than whatever the other thing was. Also, I don't even know if I have enough damage. He could seriously win this. I don't think that's enough damage. I'm still throwing it, though. Okay, good, it is. And down it goes. Wait, you're 7th now? How are you 7th? There's no way people passed you in your level. There's no way anyone has passed your level. Or were you referring to 7th and something else, like the PvP rating? Actually, let me go check. I don't know what you refer to with the 7th. Let me see. Leaderboard, level. I know for sure that has to be number 1 still. Unless you're talking about invasions or something, I could see you being a bit lower than that. Yeah, you're still highest level, 2011, or probably even higher than that. This is what the website currently shows, because it probably wasn't updated yet. Let's see, what is the top 10 invasions? Let's see. Top 10. What are total? Top 10 are 80,336, 79,000, 65,000, 63,000, and 62,000. And it goes to 55,000. The rest are kind of in 50,000 range for the other rest of the top 10. I am at 24,766 since this website had started tracking, though I easily had about 10 to 20,000 prior to that. But yeah, though a good majority of these people probably had many prior to that as well, though. But yeah, 24,766. And it currently shows me as 87th, though it's probably a lot lower than that because, of course, not everyone uses this website. And it's not the most accurate of leaderboards because, of course, not everyone is on it. Only a small part of the community. I'd probably only say like a few, several thousand, maybe. Why don't Doom Skulls have sunglasses? Racist. They never do anything to the Doom Skulls. It's probably because it's a whole different asset within the game and they don't want to keep changing every single time. Because they would have to change the +5 overlay every single time for them. They only the normal skulls ever end up getting the modification on them. The only other thing they ever modify is sometimes they replace the green one with a clover for St. Patrick's Day. And I think that's the only time they've ever readjusted the color ones or anything that wasn't skulls specifically. Okay, we'll go through a poke on Corvash. He's definitely the biggest threat on the opposing team right now. Just because of his mana drain. So we'll go and poke down the other one we want to kill, which is his Doom Skull. And then get the double kill on that. That is so perfect. Wow. I never thought I'd see Goblin Rocket actually be viable. I mean, I keep saying Goblin Rocket. Normal Goblin actually be viable this late in the game again. But they managed to do it with this Mythic. If nothing else, I'm actually really like this Mythic just because he made Goblin viable again. It feels so nostalgic using him because it's been so long. It has been at least a year since I bothered using him. It's been at least a year and a half to 2 years since he's actually been used in like a legitimate meta team. That was probably back when like 4 times, the weaker version of 4 times Goblin was used. Was back when he was good. And even then you didn't even use Goblin, you used Hobgoblin instead. Because it was more damage. Anyways. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Let's see. Don't know why skulls have sunglasses since they don't have any eyeballs. Ha, that's funny. Yeah, I guess that doesn't make much sense now, does it? Maybe it's just wearing as a fashion statement. People wear sunglasses inside, yet there's no point in using sunglasses inside. So why can't a skull wear sunglasses? Let's see. I still don't understand that. Why do people wear sunglasses inside? Do people literally just wear it just for the sake of it? I never understood that. Okay, we'll go and throw another one down. Get another stat reduction. Get a double kill here. And... what are you doing? Don't do an infinite goblin loop. He doesn't even have an infinite goblin loop team yet, he's still managing to do it. Normally you do double fizzbang or siren or something in there instead of that. Wait, he what? Why? Game, what are you doing? It's still his turn, by the way. Wow. He decided to end his turn. What is this? He literally just one-turned me. Almost. He was 1 cast away from one-turning me. Or actually 2 casts. But yeah, it's over. No point in playing that out at that point. What even? Anyways, let's try that again. Wow. Goblins are really tearing us apart today. They see we're using a goblin again, and they're like, nope, you're not allowed to use a goblin. Yeah, I know, I hate goblins too. Infinite goblin loop is easily the most hardest to counter thing in the entire game. Even because you can't even freeze it quick enough sometimes, just because of how quickly it gets going. And if it decides it wants to win, it just wins automatically. There's nothing you can do about it, other than just watch it win. What do we need here? I have no way to actually kill either of them. Let's just start poking it with some damage. There we go, that should be enough. And now we just need 1 more kill on it. We'll go throw a poke. Get a few more pokes, and just need to get one of these big abilities up, and that should be enough. And I believe that's enough. If not, we can just explode for it, and down it goes. Literally every goblin you fight ever, pretty much. Yeah, the main biggest issue with goblins is the Nobin Brother Fizzbang Grapple Pot combo. It doesn't always work, but that one, like 10% of the time when it does, or 25, or when, you know, whenever it does end up working and finally function properly, it just auto wins instantly. And that includes if you use as a player, though it's too inconsistent to really bother using as a player, as your main team. I wouldn't advise it. You can get away with it if you really wanted to, but it's pretty slow due to how random it is. Okay, we'll go throw that in there. Oh, I could have taken a free turn there by taking a green into the other thing. It's not that big a deal, though. Let's go throw a poke. And I don't think that's enough damage. I'm actually just going to explode one more time. And then kill it. Oh, it's still not enough damage, but I believe that's because we got attack reduction there, which actually sabotaged us a little bit. That's the only really big downside of using this troop. But we can easily use Goblin Rocket to clean up when we need. And we get an HP reduction. Well, at least it did the right one at the end there. Hello, Elites Gaming. Welcome. Where do you see the troops usage on the Gems of War database? Oh, you go under, what McCoy said. There's a little option for underneath your, once you have your account signed up, there's a little option underneath the, let me see, you go under your collection, you click over to your name, which is all the way to the right, it has a drop-down menu, you click onto your collection with a little heart next to it, and then it'll bring you to your collection page, and then you click on, waiting for it to load, then you click on the drop-down menu for, where's the right one? 1 second. Oh, you click on tools, and then under the tools, there's an auto. And if you click on that, it ends up bringing up, I believe, the final one that we need. Let me click refresh. Wait, did it not bring it up? Tools, trait stones, counts. Why did it not bring it up? There should be an option under here. Where'd it go? No, auto didn't do it. Hold up. Let me see. Kingdom, base rarity, traits. One of these options should bring it up. Kingdom, base rarity, count, rarity, level, traits, souls, trait stone, evasions. That's an awkward moment when I don't even know where it is. I couldn't find it either earlier when I tried finding it. I did find it eventually, but I forgot what it was. Yeah, what was it again? Let me actually go check what McCoy just said. Oh, you have to go under invasions. Oh, okay. Wait, invasions is triggered, and it's still not showing it for me. Yeah, you have to have invasions triggered. Oh, I see. Now it is. Okay, after I clicked refresh. I don't know why I didn't do it automatically. Okay, it was actually already showing it, but it wasn't showing it for me. That's weird. Oh, okay, I see. If you click auto, it actually undoes it for whatever reason. That's weird. Why is that even an option then? But yeah, you'd have to just make sure invasions are enabled. I already had it enabled, but then I clicked auto and then unenabled it. In trying to enable it, I unenabled it. But yeah, you just need to make sure invasions are enabled on that page. Also, hello, Lewis. Also, thank you for the subscribe, Lewis. Much appreciated. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to ask or want to, me to answer, let me know. Or if you need help building teams or have any questions about the new Mythic or anything. Otherwise, the most majority of the rest of the stream will be, of course, messing around with the new Mythic as we have been. I have the teams video up for it, but of course we already showed them all during this right now. But I'll have the video just to nice and concisely show it, as well as for people that don't bother catching the streams for later as well. Is that enough to kill? Yeah, it should be. So we'll go for that. Get the double kill. And actually it was a single double kill. A single kill into a double kill. So we'll go for the explosion. It's so weird that it can double kill like that, but... or, you know, like do multiple kills on top of each other. We also found out earlier that it can actually... Oh, we already have the kill. Perfect. We also found out earlier that it can quad kill. If you double kill, both the troops revive, and you would automatically double kill again. Because it just automatically kills them. It checks for the instant kill. But for whatever reason, it can trigger twice. Which is not what the text says, but I guess it just checks per slot, I guess. Because it doesn't actually expect you to... expect that to happen. So they're probably going to need to change that, because it seems a little bit overpowered. That it can double kill. But, yeah, pretty good Mythic so far. Not sure if that's really intended or not, but if that's intended, that's really strong. Because actually, it makes it the best counter in the entire game for 25% revive troops. While they don't tend to be too big of a threat, it still speeds it up. And for PvP purposes, it's basically best in slot for dealing with 25% revive troops. Just because it automatically gets the kill on them. Like, if either of these two revive right now, they will both die. So let me Goblin Rocket this so we can show it. So if either of these do their 25% revive or 50% revive, they will instantly still die. Of course, they would not do either of them. When I want them to do it, they will do neither. But if they would have revived at all, they would have instantly died. Either of them. Even if both of them did it, they would still both instantly die as well. Of course, when I want to show it, neither of them actually do it. I'll go through Goblin Rocket. I mean, a Gorgotha down. And that's match. Dead. I believe that only occurs if they are in the location, though. So do keep that in mind. So, for example, if we would have killed the 3rd slot and 4th slot and it revives and it goes to 1st slot, I believe it will not get the kill. It has to specifically be in the location where it revived in. So if we double kill like the first 2 slots and they both revive, it'll kill. But if we double kill, let's say, the 2nd and 3rd troop, and one of them revive in the 1st slot, it will not instantly kill it, because it's no longer in those 2 locations where it's checking for the kill thing. There's quite a few weird instances like that, but it's mainly because damage like that is based on the location. It's why that's quite a few weapons in the past that change enemies' location and does damage used to function so weirdly. I believe all of them work properly now. But they used to work very odd because they would move the troop, but then they would do damage in the previous location, which just seemed really... It was just completely off. Anyways, let's go and make sure that he's the one that goes down because he's the biggest threat. Need this to reach full mana. Good. Oh, no! That's bad. Okay, well, let's go kill him with that. That should be enough. No! That wasn't enough. Okay, hopefully he'll die off for Azura. That is not him dying to Azura. Hopefully he'll die to Gorgolfa. That is him dying to Gorgolfa, and that's also matched because we can just double kill that. And then it goes. Drake Rider counter? Yes and no. No, because if they're using 4, it's not a counter. If they're only using 1 Drake Rider on their team, it is a counter. But if they're using multiple Drake Riders, it will not counter Drake Rider properly. You'd be better off using a stun to counter it. Like a one-shot Garuda team using stun spam off of Corvesh. But if you're running up against 4 of them, it's not a proper counter to it. I guess technically you could still get away with it, and it would be better than other options, but stun would still be better in that case. But if they were only running 1, it would be fine to use this as a counter. That is correct. 200 glory keys, and you got Ubastet. Very lucky. Congrats. Now you have to watch this video from the start. Oh yeah, I'll have a video out on it specifically if you just want to wait till that. But yeah, the 3 teams that we've made so far are these 3. It's this one with Alchemist, Moneylender, either Queen Titania or Yagway with the Ubastet, which is pretty standard, just that team, that triple combo with Ubastet. Next one was the 4x Divine, which is literally just the Divine team, but with instead of a Diviner, you run Ubastet, and you just move around the team a little bit as far as location. You can also use the Divine Ishbala a little bit further up as well. I'm personally just using it a bit further down, just because I kind of want these 2 just to do their thing, and then just worry about that. But yeah, you could switch this up a little bit if you want to go more into the Divine Ishbala cast and do it that way. But this is why I'm currently running it, and it's been working pretty well. It's actually slightly better than the previous Divine team. Though the other Divine team I do feel like has a bit more control over the board, but this one wins quicker more often than not. And other than that, we have the Goblin one we've been using, which is actually my personal favorite. It's also the cheapest, and if you don't have Gorgolfa, you can replace it with another Goblin or with any frontline tank. You don't have to use Gorgolfa. It's just personally, I would say, the best thing to use there, but you can make it a lot cheaper by just using a Goblin or really anything in its place. The only reason I'm using Gorgolfa is to have a proper frontline tank, because we were having quite a few battles earlier where that was being a problem. So the solution to that is always, if you're ever having problem tanking with your team, the solution is always just put a Gorgolfa in first slots. That is never not the solution. If you're getting hit by, if your first slot's ever dying too quickly, the solution to literally every team is just put a Gorgolfa there. Well, let's go and I think we could secure the kill on that. The problem is he doesn't have enough mana. So he's going to get a really annoying Spirit Fox here if we don't extra turn. I'm actually going to go for this because we have a higher chance of extra turning off it. And we actually did get it. Perfect. So we'll go for that. Get the kill there. Get the Spirit Fox secured. And all we have to do is do that again and we win. And even if he gets that up and tries getting Barrier, we can easily counter it by using Dispel. So he Barriers right there, but it means very little since we could just go and do this immediately and get rid of them. And then just go for the double kill. And a smash. Oh, we got a pet. Someone in my guild got a pet. I believe that's the one for Mystic. Haven't gotten him for a while. That's actually one of the better bonuses as well. Not like absolute best, but there are some Mystics out there that are pretty decent. Well, let's go take this Revenge real quick, and then we'll go get it. Would Stonehammer be a good block too? Yes and no. He's technically the highest reduction in the game, though you'll very rarely ever see him used just because there's so few teams that can be used with him. I would not really advise using him. Gorgolfa in almost every instance is better than a Stonehammer. But, yeah, you can get away with using Stonehammer too. I wouldn't really advise it, though. Only time you'd really use a Stonehammer is if you're running some kind of weird Courage Skull Spam team. Is the only instance where Stonehammer, I would say, is worth it. That or in a all-dwarf team. But other than those 2 instances, even an all-dwarf team, I wouldn't really even bother. But those are the only 2 instances I would say it would ever really be worth it. Gorgolfa, 99% of the time, is what you use as your frontline tank. Even if you have a Stonehammer, you still just use Gorgolfa instead. He's arguably the best support troop in the entire game. Of course, there's certain different levels of support, but as far as just overall best support, it would definitely be Gorgolfa. Even though the only thing he really supplies you is mana generation, he's just such a good tank that it's there's not really a proper replacement for him in most situations. Because most of the other ones that have good reduction, even Glaceon, Stonehammer, stuff like that, the other troops that have really high reduction, they're not really that good in every context of every team. Whereas Gorgolfa, there isn't a single team you can't get away with him with, unless you're running like literally 4 times brown yellow. It's about the only time you wouldn't use a Gorgolfa. In that case, you would use Cockatrice first slot or something. Well, I think we have enough damage. Actually, yes, we definitely have way more than enough damage. I'll go through that. And dead. Dead. There we go. Yeah, if you don't get the new Mythic, don't feel too bad. You can wait until Soulforge. Or even just don't spend anything at all and just wait till Soulforge if you really want to do it that way. If you feel like your luck is going to be too bad. And just save your keys for maybe New Kingdom in like 2 months from now or some other thing. But, yeah. Also, I didn't really mention this earlier. But, this isn't really a Mythic I was bothered throwing gems on. I was saying mainly just the keys that you currently have is probably worth throwing at. But I would not go out of your way to spend specifically gems on this. You can try if you want to. It wouldn't be horrible to do so. It's just, I wouldn't really advise it, just compared to other stuff. It's not really like Infernus level good. It's just the best Mythic they've added all year. That doesn't mean it's one of the best Mythics in the game, though. It's actually quite a bit far from it. It's still a lot of fun to use, though, nonetheless. But yeah, I'd say throw basically every gem key you have, and maybe some glory key, and that's about it. Don't spend any actual resources into it that you don't have to. That or just wait till 4,000 diamonds and craft it. Either or. It's definitely one worth having, but it's not like the main one you would go for. I would even consider things like Elamagrim and stuff way better than this. Just because under more context, Elamagrim ends up working compared to this troop. Also, one other problem with this in Guild Wars is I believe its extra damage doesn't count. I don't know for sure if it actually counts as damage. We'll have to see and kind of gauge it based on when we use it. But if it counts as Devour, Devour actually doesn't count as any damage whatsoever when you use it within Guild Wars, which makes your points slightly lower. Of course, if you win quick enough, then it doesn't really matter as much as long as you do more damage than the enemy and all that. But there are some instances where Devour ends up lowering your score ever so slightly. And there is a case that I believe Instant Kill also does that, if I'm not mistaken. Because I don't think it counts as actual legitimate damage in the context of Guild Wars. Which is kind of weird that it doesn't, but I believe that is the case. And it's hard to tell because there's no way to see the breakdown of your score, which is really annoying. They might be doing that in the future. They did say that they're planning on making updates to it to make it clearer on what on earth is kind of happening with it. But to make it easier for newer players to understand and everything. But they still haven't done that yet, and it probably won't be till later this year until they modify it. Oh yeah, there's one other problem with this team. We don't have Cleanse, and he actually got a full freeze on us, so that's not good. We actually got an extra turn there, but we got frozen, of course. Or we are frozen. And we got unfrozen on green, but that's like the least consequential one. But then again, I just said that, but we're going to be able to go... Oh, I should have threw that at the other guy. We're already going to double kill. That was weird. Why did I bother doing that? But we'll go double kill this. We'll kill out those two. And now I need to go lower this down again so we can get a kill again. Oh, you know what? Actually, I guess it's good that Goblin got cleansed, because now we can go and keep throwing him for free turn. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, this should not kill the revive off a Dragon Soul. So when I do this and it gets the kill, the Dragon Soul baby dragon will not die. Yes. And the reason for that is because it didn't go into one of these 2 slots. If it was in either of those 2 slots, it would have died. But because it went to first slot, it didn't die. Alright, we're going to take the skull hit on it. Or the, not skull hit, the goblin hit on it. What else do we need? We'll go get that, throw it down, get our mana. Oh, wow, we're actually close to death. Gotta be a little careful. That's not even enough damage to kill, is it? Yes, it is. Never mind. I keep forgetting it's 1 magic per turn, too, which starts to stack up over time pretty nicely. Assuming you have them fully traded. Yeah. Anyways, let me go try getting the revive thing yet. I don't think I've even seen it a single time since we actually mentioned it like 10 minutes ago. Or 15 minutes ago. Yeah, every time we kill something like this, we actually have a chance to instant kill it again. If he 25% revives, we'll kill it immediately. How many total troops are there to get? However many troops I have plus 1. I'll need to go double check what number that is. I forget what it is off the top of my head because they keep adding more and more every week, of course. Plus another one just came into the game, so even if I knew it, I might not have known it. But let's see. Will we get the kill thing I was mentioning? So if he revives, we instantly kill it. So as you saw there, we instantly killed that and that. For whatever reason, it does it like that. It has to be specifically in the location where it was targeting. So wherever the weakest was. So in this case, the 2 weakest on the enemy team was 1st slot and 4th slot. And because we killed that and then it revived, it's still considered that as that slot because it was looking at 1st slot. So it still ended up killing it. Why it kills both instead of just one, I do not know. But it does, and I won't question it. It's actually really strong because it does that. It speeds up battles by a pretty decent amount, particularly against things that have the capability to revive. So it's kind of cool in that regard. And makes it quite a bit stronger than any other troop. Because other than Kraken, it's the only, if I'm not mistaken, other than Kraken, it's the only troop in the entire game that has the capability of doing that. Kraken is the only other one, if I'm not mistaken, that can do that combination. Which is what has made Kraken as well pretty good for such a long duration of time. It still is pretty good, even though I don't personally use it as much these days. But yeah, the current total number of troops in the game is over 500, I know that. It's like 512 or something. Oops, let me take my tribute. Go grab that. 9 tribute, pretty average. There are 507 troops currently in the game. Realistically, 506. The 507th is a Zugoff, but I still believe 0 people own a Zugoff still. And if people do own it, it's such a small number. Like, probably under a dozen people own it, if anyone. But, yeah, if even that many. Maybe even like 5, if even that. But, yeah, technically 506, but there is 507 technically in the game at this current moment in time, is the total number of troops. And there's like 200 or something weapons, though about 50 of them are unobtainable in the current state of the game, due to them being old event weapons. Sometimes they add them for like $5 purchases. Most of them are pretty useless though, but I really wish they would bring them into the game in a more consistent way. Maybe they'll add them to Soulforge or something eventually. I would sure hope so. But yeah, 507 is the current total number of troops within the game. Quite a lot, to say the least. Most games don't generally get that many. The only problem with them having so many is the unbalance of the game keeps getting bigger and bigger. Or at least the power curve of the game anyways. Because the power creep as far as things getting stronger and stronger over time. Just because more and more combinations, even if they don't really make anything stronger, and they kind of keep everything balanced just relatively to be within the range of everything else that already exists within the game. Even if they do that, things are still going to keep getting stronger and stronger just because better combinations keep getting created. Even if they are balanced, it's still going to just lead to unbalanced combinations due to how many combinations there are available. Though even though there are so many combinations, there's only about still like 20% of troops in the game that are even worth using. The rest of them are just generally dead content or not as good as the other 20% that's actually good, so you never bother using them ever. Goblin's kind of one of those. We finally found a use once again. Okay, also this is probably one of the most annoying defend teams in the game still. It's not the absolute most powerful one I would say these days, but it's still, I'd say, the most annoying other than 4x Goblin. The 4x Goblin, worst comes to worst, is ridiculously easy if you just run Gob Chomper against it. It's just the instance when you don't run Gob Chomper and it feels like one turning you. That's when it's normally really annoying. Also, if you don't get a Devour on your first Gob Chomper, it could actually infinitely loop you as well still. I should have taken that for blue. Oh, then again, maybe not. Because I don't want to accidentally get rid of my blues I need for her explosion. For Azura. Okay, so we actually turned that twice. Very lucky. I'm actually going to go for one more little poke here, just to apply it, just in case we get mana. So we do that. Throw the other poke there. Get a Gorgolfa going. And, wow, so many lucky extra turns. We'll go use the Goblin Rocket to secure enough damage, and down it goes. And there we go. Yeah, I have to say, by far, this is my favorite team with it. Even if it's not the most effective, it is so much fun to use. Also, you could technically do this exact same team with Goblin Rocket, by the way. You could do Gorgolfa, Goblin, Azura, Goblin Rocket. It won't be nearly as quick, but it would still function as a team. Obviously, it's mainly made to be used around this Mythic, specifically. It's also really cheap. If you, minus Gorgolfa, if you replace it with like a Goblin, it's just a Goblin, which are both commons, one of which you already start with when you start off the game. Azura, which you get for free from Atlantis. And then you just need to find a Mythic. Of course, that's ridiculously hard, that part of it. But assuming you need to build a team off it, pretty much everyone has access, once you get it, to building a decent team out of it. Just double Goblin Rocket, go get Azura if you don't already have it, which is good for a lot of teams, not just this team. And then boom, you just got yourself a team. What do we do? It's also going to be particularly good in early game. I wish I could get it on my lower level account to see what would happen. Oh, so that's something I should actually ask the devs about. I don't know if they would actually do it for me, though. But if I made, like, let's say I got a very low level account. Like, let's say we just got it to about level 100, 150, somewhere around there. And we got literally everything in the game on it. I'd kind of be curious what that would be like in early game. Pretty sure they would never do that. But I almost feel like asking sometimes just to see what it would be like. Like, if someone was to sit for an entire year just doing, like, treasure hunts, like, for an hour or two a day, and then they come back and just start doing PvP. It's pretty much what that would look like. If nothing else, just to test like some of the mythics that come in and other high rarity stuff, just to see how they function early on in the game. Because like the chance of me getting this on my lower level account is ridiculously slim. I'm still gonna try, and hopefully we get it legitimately. But it would be kind of cool, kind of like testing that at a lower range, just to kind of see like how it works. Like I can show teams for it for lower level range, like this team with double goblin instead of Gorgolfa. But I wouldn't actually be able to like see how effective it is from a lower level range. I could just speculate on it if it would be good, which obviously it would be, but we'd never actually be able to see it in action, most likely, due to the incapability of our other account being able to get it. Okay, I'm gonna there's a way we could still double kill this. Because we do the thing, we could actually just do that and then double kill it this way. Because we double poke him, so even barrier doesn't block against it. It would if we would have done it on... if we didn't throw the Goblin Rocket first on the lower one, he would have actually protected against it. But since we got rid of his barrier, we instantly killed that. And in the order that it does, it did the damage. So it did the damage to the other guy first, while also instant killing the one we've removed the barrier from initially. And then it would still count as the instant kill. So we removed the barrier already, so it would allow us to instant kill the other one. That worked out decently. Whatever happened to Tacet Dragon? I don't know whatever happened to that as far as them adding it to the game. I think it has mainly to do with intellectual property, and they don't have any really good way of implementing that into the game. Something that's like blocked by intellectual property. It's also why there's been no crossovers or anything for this game. It's something that they said they would plan on doing in the future, but they've never bothered doing it because they still haven't really figured out how to work around intellectual property. From a business sense, I don't even really know how they would either, to the slightest degree. But, yeah, that's basically their biggest concern with anything, like, crossover related, or them adding, like, a character of mine or something like that. Or, you know, the little dragon thing. But, yeah, that's the main thing that has happened with it. It's just a conflict with intellectual property and copyright. Okay, we'll go through that down. But yeah, they have no plans on it at the moment, but it could be something in the future. What banner are you using for the Ranger variant invasion team? Ranger variant invasion team. Oh, same thing, just with invasion. The same thing we were using earlier, except we replaced totem with the thing. Let me go show it. I won't do a battle, but I'll go do a little thing. We'll save the battles for later on today, like we always do. Let's see, we'll go do that. But yeah, we showed it in the other ones too. We've been using it pretty much all week, since like 2 days ago. So pretty much all week. I think the first 2 days we were using Totem, and then the rest of the week we're just using Ranger. Because once they start not getting one-shotted, you need to use Ranger to clean them up. Otherwise, you won't have any way to clean them up. That's not enough damage, but I'm still throwing it just because it's such a heavy amount of damage. That's almost kill. And all we have to do now is Gorgolfa into, which I probably should have zeroed. But not too big a deal. All we have to do now is just throw Goblin Rocket. It's actually exact enough damage, too. That works out perfectly. And down it goes. We lose our turn. I would have done that in reverse order if he wasn't frozen, but of course, he was frozen. But yeah, let me go show my invasion team real quick. But yeah, the current invasion team we're using, as well as the team we're using the rest of the week and been using, is this one. It's the Wolf guy, the Sir Wolfric, followed by Hope's Crescent using the Orb Weaver class. If you don't have Orb Weaver class, Archer fully traded or Titan fully traded is still perfectly fine. Ranger, and Spirit Dancer. Normally it'd be in this order when you build a invasion team, in the order of Invasion Troop, Hero using a Mang-like weapon or Dawnbringer, with your Mana Generator, followed by a damage source. The reason why I'm using the Mana Generator in last slot, which is generally something I almost never do, but the reason for it specifically in this context is Spirit Dancer always summons something that uses its own color in front of it. So since this is the most safest location in invasions, it's perfectly fine using this here, since it can keep mass summoning spirits, foxes. So worst comes to worst, we could just win off of just constantly summoning spirit foxes. This won't always be the case because all the single target ones will actually be able to hit her if all we had was spirit foxes, because spirit fox has stealthy on it. That'd actually be one instance where a spirit fox not being traded would actually be beneficial. That seems kind of weird, but Spirit Dancer is actually better if your spirit fox had 0 traits. I know that seems really strange, but that actually is the case. Because Spirit Fox traits all trigger at the beginning of battle, and the only one it really has is Stealthy, and Stealthy is actually a bad thing, because you don't want your Spirit Dancer to die. You'd want your Spirit Foxes to die. But yeah, both these two traits that it has, Cursed and Empowered, these only trigger when the game first starts. So when you summon it, both of them do nothing. The only trait that it does when it gets summoned is Stealthy. This is actually bad. You do not want your Spirit Fox having Stealthy in most situations when you're summoning Alpha Spirit Dancer, because it just makes a higher chance that your Spirit Dancer specifically will die, whereas generally the thing that you're summoning as a scrap, which in this case is the Spirit Fox, is what you would want to die out. But yeah, it's one of those weird instances where a troop is better not traded than traded. Too bad there's not a way to ever untrait your troops once you get them traded, other than when you can refund them, but that's only when they get nerfed. Yeah, I kind of wish there was an option to kind of like disable specific traits or something for a specific battle. Because it would actually be really good to disable Spirit Fox's final trait for that. Or, I mean, his second trait for that. You're at level 111 right now, and haven't lost a single match this week so far. Congrats! Oh, which team were you using, specifically? The one that we were talking about for Invasion, or something else were you referring to? Sniffly nose. Let's see. Where are you at in towers? Tier 4? Oh, I always do Tier 3. I always do Tier 3, and currently I'm at, occasionally I'll do, oh, oops, I forgot about the pet. We need to go do that. But yeah, currently I'm at Tier 3, and we're at, without using our current days 4 battle, we're currently at, level tower of 102 with 148 kills is our current, area that we're in. So yeah, that's how far we've made. And we've killed out every single battle and won it out perfectly so far. Every Valraven has been killed and every tower has been killed. We haven't lost a single battle yet. That's been going over too well. I mean, that's been going over decently at the moment. I believe one of our people have made a leaderboard too. Derek's at like, where is he? He is number 3. I don't know if he's trying for number 1. He seems pretty close to number 2, though. Pretty far from number 1 at the moment. I guess he's just trying to secure himself a double major orb at this point. Yeah, still really nice. 100 gem difference between there, but with how many gems he'd have to spend to get that 100 gems, it would not be worth it, obviously. Anyways, what was I doing again? Let's go and do the pet. And well, I guess after the pet, we'll just give the redeem code, because I don't think we're going to be getting that gnome, as I mentioned earlier, so I'm not going to even bother at this point trying to get the gnome. But yeah, after we finish out pets, we'll just give out the last redeem code for today, and we'll have another 2 tomorrow during tomorrow's stream. And we'll pretty much be going over the same thing, messing around with new Mythic, answering questions, you know, kind of just normal. Go over new content and just mess around with stuff. Wow, he's trying to do so good for barely any stats. Look at him. He gave it his best, but he won't be able to make it. Okay, we'll go for another Gorgolfa, and that's way overkill. Also, thank you, Wolf Legionnaire, for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Oh, you're using that invasion team at that low of a level, and it's still been working out nicely? Wow. Actually kind of surprised that it would work at that low of a level range. Good morning, Anthony. Welcome. Okay, what do we need? We'll take a brown into yellow. Didn't get it. Actually, with this team, I should probably go in for Apothecary first. I'm so used to using the team we were just using. It's probably actually better in this context to go Apothecary, though. And then go into Gorgolfa, instead of going into Gorgolfa first, because it takes too long compared to 2-turn Apothecary. So I'll take that over. Still need more mana. Don't really have a good way of going and doing that right now. I guess we just convert out purple and go to that then. Get a nice Gorgolfa down and go from there. So I'll clear it out with Gorgolfa. See if we get Apothecary now. No, we cannot. The struggle of Apothecary. And now we can. We can go do it on blue. Not the best color to get rid of, but we still have alignment, so it's fine. And I should be matched. Yep, do that again. Throw it into another one, and that's way overkill. And dead. And down it goes. And we get a map out of it. Not like we need it, but this thing just farms maps like crazy. I think it gets like 10 maps per hour if we use this team, which is pretty high for something that has no map generation. Of course, with a Tyree, you can hit like 50 plus per hour, almost up to 100 if you're doing it like really efficiently. But it's still pretty high to passively gain maps. Of course, there isn't currently much of a need to do that, but there is a high chance that they will add the ability to multi-use maps in the future. And while the rewards won't be exactly that much, it could be like maybe use 5 maps and you get like twice the reward. But even at that, that would still be a good reason to have a higher amount of maps. What are those strange skulls? These strange skulls are some kind of holiday skull. Everyone is saying it's because of summer, though I haven't actually heard any confirmation on what on earth they're actually for. But yeah, it seems to be for summer, is the general consensus right now. I don't know if any post anywhere has actually confirmed what they're for, but everyone's saying it's for summer. That's why they're wearing sunglasses. Or that's what they're supposed to be, I guess. Sunglasses. Oh, we didn't get alignment off that. I'm still going for it. Even if he hits us like 10 times, it's not even going to hit through Gorgotha. He did silence us, though. Okay, well, let's take a skull. Try and get some alignment here. Still don't have it. Let's throw it down. Get the nice cascade, and down it goes. Okay, it is summer. Yeah, I know. Everyone keeps saying that. Let me go double check the thingy, though. Let's see. Let me click back on this. Did they actually even bother saying it at all? Or did they just, like, never say? It's like, yeah, here's a summer skull, but nope. Okay, let me just go check. Probably on the Mythic page when it said that. Probably says it on there. A new Mythic approaches. Actually, I didn't even bother opening up this thread at all this morning. No, it makes no mention of it, unfortunately. But yeah, it's for summer skulls. Okay, let's go and let's go get the last little bit of our mana before we need apothecary. We'll get that, we don't have it, do we? Yes, we do. We take that, get the greens. Problem is, we don't have the convert. I guess we'll throw it on brown again. Actually, we do have a little bit on green that we can actually turn off of. We get way more mana just doing off of purple. Plus, we still get the cascade there. I don't even need to manually take it. So that probably would have been our move anyways, so that works. Alignment. Do we have it? No, we do not. Apothecary, go. Now do we have it? We have even more that we can align, yet we still don't have it. So we'll go clear out the board. Now do we have it? The answer is still no somehow. Well then, I guess we'll clear out the board again. And, there we go, finally. So we'll go grab that. And that's match. And dead. Doom Skulls. I really want to know who on the QA team confirmed that Doom Skulls are balanced. Well, not specifically Doom Skulls themselves, but like Glaceon and more so in particular this Doomstorm. I think that with the Doomstorm, that was actually just them rushing it at the end and not really testing it properly. Though do they ever test anything properly? But I think this one in particular, because he didn't always have this trait. His original trait was going to be create a Doom Skull in 4 times or 5 times matches. So basically, if I took that, boom, he'd create a random Doom Skull somewhere on the board. And every time he took an extra turn, it would do that. But then they ended up last minute switching it to Doomstorm. And in doing so, I don't think they tested it at all properly. Like, not even remotely close to testing it. It's like, oh, let's just do this instead. And then they did it, and then, yeah. Okay, let's go and get a Gorgotha down. Should probably taking that brown extra turn. Didn't even see it initially. What do we need? Sure, we'll go throw that. And that's match. Go, Doomstorm, go! And I might as well just kill him off of Doomstorm at this point. And down it goes. Is it worth crafting Hyndla? No. Hyndla is not worth crafting. KrissTigger, I could say is maybe worth it. But I would not bother going out of your way for Hyndla. They both basically serve the same purpose, except Hyndla has a bit of freeze on it. Hyndla was a little bit better in the past, even though she wasn't touched at all. But I would say not really worth it, because you could just use Ice Goblin now for the purpose of what Hyndla was kind of used for initially, which was a option as a freeze. But now there's better options for freezes, there's better options for summons, so you don't really need a Hyndla. She's not a horrible troop, she's just not worth going out of your way to craft. I'd rather put that 800 diamonds to either a better legend, or like Tesla or Dragon Soul or something, or just don't spend it on legends at all and just save it for a mythic. That's 1/5 of a mythic right there, so it could definitely go towards that instead, and be better spent towards a mythic as well. We don't have alignment, do we? I'm still going for it. I don't care. Hopefully something good will happen. No! Okay, that was kind of to be expected. It was a pretty horrible board, but still wanted to go for it. Anyways, this should be big enough clear that we just auto-win off it. And close. Not there yet, but we'll go for that. And now we auto-win off it. Oh, come on. Click on it. And there we go. Yeah, there's currently nothing else to use maps on at the moment, other than using them very slowly one at a time. Even if you use them as quickly as possible, you can only use about 55 to 60 maps per hour at the quickest. You can't really get quicker than 1 map per minute. It's not really humanly possible. We'll go and throw this apothecary down. Take down the purple. Go and see if we have anything to throw here. Yeah, we kind of do, so we'll go grab that. See what else we have. We'll try it again. Instant kill. Pop them every single time. Move that over. Move that over. We don't have alignment, but I still think I go for it. Actually, you know what? Let me go get rid of greens. And that kills off another... Just us converting on the board gets a kill. I don't even need to do anything. We can just keep clearing out the board. And we don't even need to cast anything that's actual damage. It would still kill. Also another map for free, of course. And let's go get our free little pet. See what we get. Hopefully some purples. Hopefully a lot of pet copies. Purple foods by when I say purples. What do we need? What do we need? What to move? What to move? I guess we take a purple into a blue. Didn't get it. What else? Why is this board so bad? We'll grab that. Take apothecary mana. We'll let him have a skull because it doesn't make any difference. Ooh, we got a lot of cascade off of that though. Guess it doesn't make a difference. Hopefully we have a good apothecary here. We have it some on yellow. We have it on green actually, so let me go for that. That gives us all the mana we need. Move that over. Get a good Glaceon in here. And that's match. Almost match actually. We didn't get enough mana off of that. So I guess we Gorgolfa and then match. So as long as we have one alignment here, we win. And of course we have 0. We're gonna move that over. We'll just go throw one into the other. So we'll do that. And as long as he doesn't get rid of every alignment on the board, we're fine. And he actually did get rid of every alignment on the board, so let me go get rid of it. Oh no! I meant to do that on purple. Misclick, fail. Not that big a deal though. We'll go through that and that's match now. There we go. Okay. How's the board looking? Sure, we'll go through it again actually. We did that. And then we just need the other one. And down it goes. Also, thank you, Looney Steph and Divinity for the subscribes. Much appreciated. And another map. It just bleeds with maps. And we get 2 copies. And we got a decent amount of purple pet food. I'll take it. Could have been a little bit better, but I'll take it. Good enough. Do we have enough to upgrade our eyelet? Yes, we do. Now, here's the question. Oh, no, never mind. No, I don't. I forgot. We need... oh, I still never did the initial upgrade. Yes, we can. Never mind. So yeah, we can bring it up to 2.5 if we wanted to. It is tempting. It is one of the better purples, actually. Though there are other purples that are technically better than it. Moon is the best purple. Next best purple is the mini mushroom. And the next one from there is a toss-up between Fairy, which I think I also didn't bother upgrading it. No, I did. And the Eyelet. This one's for Fae bonus, so Faes don't really get used as much these days, but Mystics is... It still has potential, running a full Mystic team. We could also technically upgrade Lucky, I believe. Oh no, I still can't do that yet. But I might go do that too, just because of the extra EXP. It's not that big a difference. 1% EXP is really small compared to 1% souls or 1% gold. But still, it's something extra, if nothing else. But yeah, I'm probably going to throw it into... well, first Mini Mushroom. I want to max out these 2 first, most likely. And then I'll probably go into Eyelet, I think. And I'll probably just leave Lucky as is. 2% is fine. EXP means almost nothing, especially this late in the game. EXP is basically irrelevant. And there's no point in upgrading Apocalypse. Oh, wait, is this... Oh! We actually got Apocalypse up to a legitimate Legends. Nice. We didn't spend any gems on him or anything. I don't need to go and upgrade him at all, though. You would never bother using 4 times Apocalypse. It's too clunky. All you would use is, like, the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. It's pointless. But if we ever do get around to it for fun, we do have him at Legend if we wanted to upgrade him for 2.75 bonus, but it's not worth it at all. How much food do I have? Oh, we have this much food. I just showed it briefly, but I didn't really keep it on the screen for that long. This is how much food we have. Also, we still have quite a bit of the jewels as well if we want to go specifically buy it. We have also spent 0 white pet food so far. So all that white pet food is all the white pet food we've ever had. So 66 blue, 70 green, 67 red, 123 yellow. I have no clue how we have so much yellow. I think it's because I haven't really gotten any of the yellows upgraded beyond ultra rare. 59 purple, which is actually our lowest, surprisingly. 76 brown, which I'm surprised that that's highest because we put a bunch of pet food into it. Well, I guess that's kind of why. Also, it's not the highest, it's second highest. But yeah, I spent the most amount of pet food on brown because I did it for mini mimic. And 55 white pet food, which can go into any pet for half that many in, what is that, like 275 or something? Yeah, like 277, I think that is, into any pet as far as its actual color. So that's pretty cool. I want to save the white pet food for as long as possible, just in case they really start adding some really nice pets that I want to max out immediately. That's basically what I'm saving the white pet food for, essentially. We'd still have to go and level it, but you're still going to need a lot of pet food even if you go and gem it. Even if you gem it, you're only going to get enough pet food to get it to about level 10. The other 10 levels, which cost even more, you'd have to throw either its other color pet food into by crafting it or by using white pet food. And those instances, if they ever add like a really, really good new troop, I'd probably want to go use it for that. The only ones I'd probably ever do that for is like the poison or burn bonus ones that they mentioned during one of their streams that they might add in the future. Like adding a pet that increases the effectiveness of certain effects in the game, like poison, burning, stuff like that. Those are going to be like insanely good. And those are the kind of things I'd probably spam all my gems at and then throw white pet food at them if I didn't have enough color to go and get them up. But yeah, that's currently what our food situation is looking like. And we still have plenty of jewels as well, which also technically counts as food. So I'm starting to save them now because there's a slight chance they might be needed to upgrade weapons with the new system that they're doing next patch. So I'm going to start saving them now. My brown's a little bit low because I spent a lot of it on mini mimic. My red's a little bit low too. I forget why that's low, but I probably spent it a little bit on pet food. But yeah, this is currently what our all of them are looking like at the moment. And we have enough to craft 4.5 mythics right now. Almost enough to craft 5 mythics. We are so close to 5 mythics. I like never craft mythics, which is why I have the capability of crafting so many. It's pretty much every single one since the start of it. The only thing I ever crafted in Soulforge mythic-wise, or really anything-wise that required diamonds, I believe, is a single Fair Shra when he first came out. And that was just so I could have 4 copies of him. Just so I could get over 1,000 souls in battle just for fun. It's not realistic to use 4 Fair Shras, I just wanted it for fun. But yeah, that's how many diamonds we currently have as well. What is the pet mastery at? What, 215, I believe, was that, right? Yeah, 215. It could be a lot higher. I could actually upgrade that, like, instantly to about 300 if I wanted to. But, there's a lot of pets I don't want to upgrade because they're so useless, and I want to save the food for the better ones. But if I wanted to, it's probably around 300 right now. If I was to go upgrade everything I could, it'd be around 300-ish, a little bit over. You're making a... Oh, sorry, I didn't give out the redeem code, did I? Let me go do that right now. Let me go hand out the redeem code. And if any of you still have any other questions or anything, let me know. Because I probably will start wrapping up the stream. So if you still have anything you want me to go over, any questions, anything, let me know. Otherwise, we'll be back later tonight in 7 hours from now to go do the stream. And later tonight, we'll mainly just be going and messing with the invasion, of course. And probably the new troop as well. Anyways, let me go get this in. Let me go plug this into the thing to make sure it works. Go hand it out in chat, and we'll go from there. Put that in there, put that in there, put that in there. Click redeem. And is that successful? Come on. What's it doing? It's going through a loading screen. There it goes. Successful. Okay. Yep, the code works. Let me go put that there. Let me go put the code below me. I believe the code says salty wife or waifu or something like that. I did not make any of these codes. Salty does. As you could probably tell. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, if we ever have really weird codes, understand that I am not the creator of them. I have no control over what they are. Anyways, let me go copy this and go put this over the thing. I get a request for like a specific few, but a good majority of them she just randomly crafts out of whatever she feels like creating. Anyways, let me go get this into chat as well, just so you guys can copy paste it. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. The code is for various free resources. It gives 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Your invite code is found underneath your options menu. Whatever your game says, there's what you put in on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or click on that link. The redeem code is the one that says redeem code right below, as well as the one posted in chat. The link is the one in chat, where you just go to gemsofwar.com and click game code. and it gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Just a little bit of those resources. And the 1 gem key we get, just a sliff, nothing useful. But yep, that's pretty much what each one of them is. Sometimes they have slightly different rewards, but generally those are the rewards for each one. Sometimes the dev ones have slightly more in them, but ours generally have 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Also, it only works on PC, mobile, and the Amazon version. It does not work on PS4, and it does not work on Xbox One. But as long as you're playing it on a version that isn't Xbox One or PS4, it'll work. And the only reason it doesn't work on the 2 console versions is due to policy on both the console versions. That prevents them from doing so. But every other version it works on. Anyways, what else were we doing? I guess we'll go do a few more of the battles in PvP. I guess we'll do our dungeons now, too. Might as well get that out the way, so we don't have to do it later. Let's just clear through these. Yeah, no problem for the code, everyone. And we'll have another 2 tomorrow as well, during the 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time stream, which is 3 hours prior to now tomorrow. And we'll pretty much just be doing the same thing again. Just kind of going over new Mythic, seeing what we could do with it. Maybe find a few other cool teams with it that we haven't tried yet. And, you know, just mess around with it. It is a pretty fun Mythic. I would advise at least attempting on a new Mythic that came out. It's not one I would overkill on, but it's definitely worth at least attempting for. Because it's the best Mythic they've added all year. By no means one of the best Mythics in the game, but definitely the best they've added all year. Okay, we'll go get a Sunbird in here. Throw it into a Firebomb. And there should hopefully be enough damage to Rowan kill. And there we go. Or I should say enough mana. Oh, it's not even enough damage either, but luckily he leaves a skull for us. Down he goes. You ever consider making a video of your top 10 favorite teams? That's kind of what the best teams video of every version is, in a way. It'd be hard to do specifically 10. I don't know if I've ever really have 10 best teams at a given time. Generally, I only have about 3 to 5 favorite teams at any given time within the game. And we will be having a best teams video coming out for the current patch pretty soon. I believe 3 to 4 weeks from now should be next patch. No date has been confirmed. But from what they were saying earlier, that seems to be approximately when next patch is coming. So with that being said, we of course do the best version team before then. I try waiting as close as possible just to make sure that any big changes that happen during the patch we get in there. But yeah, we'll probably have that out in a couple weeks right before the next patch because that should be about the time. Also, thank you for the subscribe, Passivore. Much appreciated. Oh, so I was talking to you earlier. Glad you could join us in the stream. You realize who that was for a second. But welcome. Anyways, let's just go and run through the new Mythic once or twice more. But yeah, if you guys still have any other questions or anything, let me know. And don't make sure to use the redeem code below if you haven't already too. If you play on the PC, mobile, or Amazon version of the game. Otherwise, I guess we'll go and just destroy a few more times with the new Mythic and mess around with it. Which one do we go for? Let's go use the Divine one, then go do the Goblin one. Did you get into streaming YouTube in Gems of War? Was it just a game that you enjoyed? Oh, it was just a game that I enjoyed, and one thing led to another, and now we just stream it literally every day. Kind of weird how that happens. But yeah, the way that it kind of started was, I was actually... This YouTube channel actually just randomly started one time just because I wanted to post a video for a different game. On Epic, it's a Metrovania game. And I was just posting a little guide thing for it, and just making a random video. It's actually privated at the moment, or I think it's unlisted, so it could still show up, but it doesn't show up if you try searching for it. But if you had the link to it, it would show up. But anyways, it was for that, and I was making like a little guide thingy for it. And one person who I play on that game with at the time, he was playing this Gems of War, and I was like, oh, this game just came out, looks pretty cool. So I started playing with it. We ended up making the Black Hand Guild. If you look on the leaderboard or in the guild thing, it's actually pretty high these days. It was the guild that I basically co-founded with him. I ended up leaving it pretty early, though, when he stopped playing the game. Yeah, I ended up getting into the game that way. He ended up leaving the guild, and I ended up just leaving to a random other guild at the time. But it's because I couldn't run the actual guild at the time because I was in college. But yeah, one thing led to another. About a year later, I kind of started when when Steam got its own little streaming thing. I ended up doing like some kind of small little video thingy for it. And the devs even gave me some more resources. Like, I think I was doing a magic key opening back when those were a thing. Most of you probably don't know what on earth they are because they're like ancient old. That was like the first several months of that game. Like first 6 months of this game when it existed. But there was that, and they ended up giving me a bunch more keys, and they heard I was going to do a key opening video, and I think I was going to do like 40 or 80 of them or something, and they're like, here, I'll go have like 60 more, or whatever it was, 40, 60 more of them. And at the time, they were actually like really rare, so I was like, oh, cool. So we ended up doing that, did a video for it. That's still up on my channel too. I think that's like one of our ever first videos that actually got published. And then about a year later, it was like right at the end of my college, I was like, oh, let me actually start making content every day for this. I like contacted, or I like asked the community, because of course the community's been active and I've been with it the entire time since I started the Gems of War forum and all that. I was like, hey, would anyone be interested if I started like playing this game and doing like guides or going over the events and stuff? And there was really good feedback for it. So one thing led to another, and here we are now doing it literally every day. But yeah, that's pretty much how all that came to be. But yeah, this channel was never made with the intention of doing what it is doing now, that's for sure. Nor did I start Gems of War with the intention of making a channel on it. Though that is kind of how it worked out to be, though. Also, I do some other games on occasion, though as of recently, it's just been like almost all Gems of War content. Let's see. Do you still stream Stardew? As of recently, no, but I probably should, because they actually did have an update about a couple weeks ago to a month ago where they finally added multiplayer, and I still haven't played it since. I'm also going to be starting to stream Darkest Dungeon again, because if I'm not mistaken, they're getting a major update expansion in this month, actually. I believe it's June 20th? I forget the exact date on the top of my head. But I believe later this month, Darkest Dungeon is getting a pretty major update and expansion. So, yeah, I might start getting back into that then. I might actually start getting into it a little bit preemptively, because Darkest Dungeon can be ridiculously hard and semi-luck based, but still mostly skill based with some of the things. It's a nice combination of skill and luck, which is kind of what Gems of War is too. More so to the luck. Gems of War is more in the luck lean of things, but still, I might get back into Darkest Dungeon. Actually, I do find Darkest Dungeon, the way that you team compose on Darkest Dungeon is actually really similar to Gems of War, since it's the same kind of troop concept where you sometimes shuffle around. So though in Darkest Dungeon, you shuffle your team around way more than you do in Gems of War. I actually do wish they would add more troops that do that. Troops that move their position on your team. There are some troops that do it, but there are very, very few compared to something like Darkest Dungeon. But it would be cool if they started adding it. I think there's about 10 troops that really do it to your own team. And like several that do it to the enemy team too, but they could definitely add way more. Tacet was born streaming. Have you messed the Abyss Teams video for the patch? No, we'll be doing that in a couple weeks. I generally do it later in the patch because I like having basically everything released already in the patch and then doing it. Which to a degree doesn't make sense, though to me it kind of does. Because I do it more as a way to archive the patch, more so than to really show teams. It still shows teams, of course, but I like doing them basically as an archive of what has been good throughout the history of the game, is basically what I like doing those for. Because there's some really good teams and funny teams in the past that you would never really have expected in the past to have been really good. I ended up doing one video on it, I forget what it was called, but we ended up doing a video on like teams that in the past used to be like amazing. That was like the closest thing to it, but I like doing the best teams of every version thing towards the end, just so we can kind of archive what the absolute best is from every specific version, so we can kind of look back at that in the future and like, oh hey, those were good then and stuff like that. Just to kind of look back on it and just kind of see how they functioned and how the meta was and how it has changed over time. Because we don't really have much representation of it of the first year to year and a half of the game. There really isn't any good representation of it, though some of those times were actually some of the best, most balanced time of this game. It's because there was a lot less options and a lot less overpowered combos. It's actually probably one of the funnest times to play the game. Still is really fun, and there's definitely a lot more to do these days than it was in the past. At one point, it was actually starting to get really stale, like after year one of the game, just because there was so little to do. But they fixed that quite a bit. But still, the balance-wise, it's actually a lot more unbalanced now than it was when it first launched. But it's kind of hard. The more you add to the game, the more it tends to just get unbalanced. It's because there's more content. So there's more combinations of things that can be unbalanced. Have you heard they're beta testing RuneScape Mobile? Yes. I'm not bothering to get in on it. I'm just waiting until... well, I don't really have much of a need to use the mobile version. And that's the only thing that's specifically beta testing. They're not actually beta testing upcoming patches or anything. That's just specifically beta testing the mobile version, and I personally don't have much intention to play the mobile version, so I wasn't really too interested in it. One of my friends did get it though, so I could technically use his if I really needed to, but I just haven't bothered. I am in the Gems of War beta, though. They're doing a beta for 3.5. We still haven't gotten access to it yet, but we probably will in about a week or two. So that'll be kind of cool. What happened to that other match 3 you streamed a few times? The one with the endless roguelike thing? Oh, I was messing with that some. That was just a game that I ended up getting for free. So I figured, I might as well stream it some. It was still quite a bit of fun. I just kind of stopped it, though. It started getting a little bit boring after a little bit, though. But yeah, they didn't end up doing any additional development to the game or anything like that. So I was like, okay. It was just kind of like one of those one-off things that we did a little bit. But yeah. That's basically what it was. It's like someone's like, here, have a free copy. It is, you know, it's just like one of those normal like sponsor post things, or not really sponsor posts, or whatever you call it. I didn't get paid for anything. I was just doing it for fun because it seemed like an okay game. But yeah, I actually have had several of those sent to me, though almost all of them I deny because it's for like really sketchy stuff. So I'm like, no. But if it's something that seems like you guys would be interested in, or I feel like I'd actually want to play, then I normally take them up on whatever the offer is. But no, I've only ever really done that once, and it was literally just for that game. But I would consider doing it in the future, as long as, of course, it's not something that looks really sketchy, and as long as it's fun or anything like that, I wouldn't mind doing it. But generally, most of the games I play, or pretty much every games I've been playing, like Stardew, Darkest Dungeon, stuff like that. No, it's not sketchy like that, no. I meant sketchy as in it almost seems like kind of scam-like things, or just games that just have publishers that weren't really the greatest in the past due to their track record on past games and stuff like that. Also, excessively pay-to-win games I also don't do. They're just like blatantly pay-to-win. Let's see. Oh, so hello, Suppleman. Sorry, I didn't say hello. I was talking with a bunch of other things. Too many questions. Let's see. If Scorpius does appear in Soulforge, it's not worth crafting. You got any teams to make around that card? Something Wyvern Scorpius is generally the team you run every single time with it. Those somethings generally being a Gorgolfa into a brown mana generator of some sorts, or just anything to mana generate, followed by a Wyvern, followed by a Scorpius. And that's pretty much what you do every single time for the team. And I guess you could use Diviner or something like that, though that would block your Wyvern. The reason you use Wyvern is it's the only brown in the game that can poison. You could technically use something else, but out of browns in the game that have the capability of poisoning, it's the only one that works. Let's see. Is the stream over soon? Oh yeah, ask your question quick then. Yeah, we're pretty much ending right now. If you have if anyone still has any questions, still feel free to leave them and I'll go answer them. Also, hello, Gamer Pro Sempre. Welcome. Also, thank you, Sonia, for your subscribe. Much appreciated. Why is your invite code so short? 2 reasons. One is the name is just Tacet, so it's Tacet. The other reason is, while it's still possible, I believe, these days, though excessively unlikely, way back in the day, if you were the first person to make the name, you would automatically get exactly what that name was. So since our name is Tacet, we ended up getting exactly the invite code of Tacet. These days, even if you're the first person to get that name, sometimes you'll get, like if you try doing it now, let's say if you did like Salty, let's say that wasn't taken, it probably is, but let's say you did something like that, and you did SALTY, and you did that, it would probably be SALTY underscore random letter, random number, random letter, or something like that. There tends to be like an underscore and other stuff. Also, if you tried taking Tacet back in the day, and even if you try taking it right now, it would at minimum say Tacet underscore 2 or some kind of number, because there's already been other Tacets like myself. So it would say like a Tacet underscore 1 or Tacet underscore a bunch of random letters and numbers. But yeah, these days it's actually really rare if you have a invite code that just says your name. Because that means no one else had your name. And even if you do it these days, most of the time it still just gives you random letters and stuff, instead of just making it your invite code. But yeah, it's very rare if you have a invite code that has no letters, underscores, or anything past it, if it's just your name and nothing else. They're not that common, but they do exist. It's mostly the people that came like the first year or 2 of the game. You have the same short invite code. You're the only first person with the name. Yeah, that's probably what it is, most likely. It generally, if you're the first person with the name, it should still stay that way. just it's showing whatever your name is as your invite code. What is the minimum level of VIP that you recommend? VIP 3, I would say, is if you're planning on playing this game long term, buying Death Knight armor into automatic VIP 3 is generally what I would say as the minimum VIP. It only costs $50, but that is a little bit expensive. It's basically what I would consider the buy the game option of Gems of War. Because, of course, some free-to-play games have an option where you can kind of just buy into the game. I basically consider buying Death Knight... I basically consider buying Death Knight armor as the buying the game option for Gems of War. Because you get VIP 3, which is automatic free scouting. You get to save 1,000 gems because you no longer need to buy Dragon Armor or Celestial Armor unless you want them for visual purposes. But you save 1,000 gems there. You get like 250 gems, which is a pretty nice start, and you get a bunch of keys, which gives you a nice variety of troops starting out. And that purchase is basically, I would say, the buy-in and the minimum of VIP in the game. That I would say is pretty nice to go for. You can still play completely free to play. There are plenty of people that their account looks exactly like mine, yet they've spent $0 on the game. Of course, it takes a lot longer to reach that point. It could take like a year or 2 years. But there are people that legitimately spend $0 on this game and still their account looks exactly as mine. Once you reach a certain point in late game, every account basically looks the same, regardless of how much money you spent on the game. Even if you spent like 1,000, it still looks like this exact same way. But yeah, I would say basically just Death Knight armor is the minimum I would say normally. There really isn't much of a need to go to VIP 5. It's convenient. It's $130. Personally, pretty expensive, I would say, compared to how much I spend on a normal game, personally. But if you're playing like very, very, very long term, I'd say maybe it's okay. It's something I wouldn't do immediately by any means. Death Knight armor, maybe. VIP 5 for $130, I definitely wouldn't do immediately. Maybe after like a year or half a year of playing this game and you're like, okay, I'm definitely going to keep playing this game. Maybe then go for it, but I wouldn't go for it any earlier than that. Because even then, you don't really need to start opening VIP keys until you basically have every ultra rare mythic. And it's going to take you at least like a year before you reach that point, most likely. It could take even longer depending on how casually you play. Or even shorter, like 6 months or something. But yeah, I would hold off on going too high on VIP. But yeah, VIP 3 and VIP 5 are like the main two. I wouldn't really bother going any further than that. Everything beyond that is ridiculously expensive, unless you just have a lot of money to spend. Let's see. You missed the other question in the text. Sorry, you always read only the part of your comment. Other question was, why we don't have gems anymore in calendars? We kind of do. I think they're just experimenting with it. Technically, the overall reward this week is better than last week, even though there's no gems. But we're still technically getting gems because we're getting gems every 7th day. So the gems are still there. But yeah, they did remove all the gems from there. I believe it might have been their publisher saying remove the gems from here. Though it could just be a one-off thing this month. But we'll have to see in future months what they change it to. But if they keep not doing gems here, it's probably their publisher saying, hey, stop giving them more gems. But no, this is actually better than their gems, I would say. 2 VIP keys is 100 gems. So yeah, that's a lot right there. And if you count each of these as 9 gems for each of these gem keys, that comes out to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 9 is 56. So that's 56 gems right there, and there's another 50 gems right there. So the gem amount is still there, it's specifically under these types of keys instead of just solid gems, which they've been doing a lot lately. They've been replacing out actual gem amounts with the keys of various kinds, just to make sure people wouldn't get as many gems. Because it was a big problem in the past, and they're just trying to fix the economy in that regard, is the main reason why they did it like that. But no, I honestly would say that this week is better than the last week. I would need to actually get a screenshot of it back up and kind of compare. But I believe the overall reward is actually ever so slightly better this week. Though we don't get pet food, unfortunately. We don't get the free pet food, nor do we get the free pet, but there's 2 VIP keys. This is one of the few times ever that they've ever given out free VIP keys, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I would definitely advise logging in 25 times next month, or this month, I should say, because that's actually, you definitely want to save that for when a Mythic comes out. Has the highest chance of giving a Mythic. Each key has like about a 1% chance, I believe, of giving you a Mythic. Well, that's still really low. That's still the highest you'd ever really get. 505 Games is their publisher. 505 Games. Most of you probably know it from Payday 2 and Terraria, I believe are their 2 most popular games. But 505 Games is their publisher. The actual company that Gems of War is Infinity Plus 2, previously known as Infinity Interactive. I don't know why. I actually never asked them, or know why they switched from Infinity Interactive to Infinity Plus 2. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, their publisher is 505 Games. as well as 505 Games Mobile. I don't know exactly what the difference between those are, if there even is much of a difference. But yeah, 505 Games is their publisher. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I have a screenshot of it as well. I'll go look at it later and bring it up. I'm not going to bother going over it now. But anyways, guys, were there any other questions? Let's see. Did he say earlier in the stream if it was the first time we got VIP keys? I believe this is the second time ever they've given out a free VIP key in some way. I forget what the first one was, but I can almost guarantee they gave it out at some point. But yeah, this is, I believe, the second time they ever did it. I could have sworn that they did it one other time, but it was so long ago that it's probably irrelevant at this point. I think during like something, like during when VIPs first came out, they were like, hey, everyone, here's one VIP key. That's to kind of give people like a feeling of what it is, to encourage people to actually use them. Yeah, the anniversary event, that's what it was from. What Zidikis just said. Yeah, the 3-year anniversary event was the first time, and now the second time is this month on the 25th day. Yep, that's what it was then. Thank you. Yeah, the 3-year anniversary, they gave 3 VIP keys, which was last November or something like that. But yeah, that's the only other time they ever bothered giving VIP keys, so it's been a while. Let's see. Also, you do not need the VIP to open the VIP keys, by the way. You cannot be VIP 0 and still open VIP keys, assuming that you get them from somewhere. Of course, you can't buy them, but you can, like, if you get those 2 random VIP keys from the 25th day, you can still use them, even if you don't have them unlocked. So, I don't think I clarified that, but yeah, you don't need the VIP 5 to actually use these 2 VIP keys when you get them. Do keep that in mind. What's the skulls about? What do you mean by what are the skulls about? Oh, summer. The skulls with sunglasses, it's because of the summer event. That's why they have skulls. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. We'll be back in 6.5 hours, and we'll be going over and doing the, yeah, the other streams. I don't know what word I was thinking of there, but yeah, we'll be doing the other stream later tonight. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about 3.5 hours prior to now tomorrow. We'll be going and having more redeem codes as well. Again, don't make sure to use the one below as well. It should still be active a little bit if you haven't used it yet. Hopefully it still has a few claims. We'll have another 2 tomorrow for some free resources. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold for each one. Other than that, we'll mainly be messing with the new Mythic. We'll have the Mythic video up a little bit later today as well. And, yeah, it's pretty much everything. Guess I'll see you all later. Have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck if you're trying for the new Mythic. Keep in mind, it is available all the way till next Friday if you are looking for it. So until the end of Thursday, or reset on Friday is when it will last till, if you are still looking for it. So if you get more keys on Monday, you could try throwing them down if you want, and you'll have a chance at it. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Enjoy your weekend. Best of luck with the new Mythic, and goodbye, everyone.